All right. And we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast, episode number 58. And it's another glorious Sunday, and we are back from PAX East at the round table on the Lord's Day. And somebody got their mic on. Who got their mic on?
Me, goddammit.
Mute your damn mic. We've got Shenmue returning, PAX East impressions, the impact of Dark Souls, PS5 in the next console generation, God of War reviews, inside Xbox and backward compatibility to discuss. So we're going to get right into it. So let's introduce the four horsemen of gaming, those usual suspects at the round table. My co-host with the co-most, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, and the howl of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good. I do want to state that Kid Smooth is no longer the Bloodborne King. I am the Bloodborne
King. What's up? Talk about it. Talk about it. I heard some things in these Bloodborne streaks you finished.
I beat the expansion. I beat the expansion that everyone claimed I couldn't touch. Every boss, they were moving the post. You can't beat this one. You can't beat the next one. Then I get to the last boss, and and people in my chat was like, "You will never beat this dude." And then I literally had people join right after I beat. It's like, "Oh man, he beat it."
Exactly. Difficult game conqueror. We gonna get into that. And of course, we had our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, Mr. Offline Profile Illuminati himself, my man, Lord Sovereign. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. Glad to be back, man. I had a week off last week, man. It was weird. It was weird not having anything.
It was weird without you, man. It was weird.
Yeah. Oh, and let me say, man, I have a big. I'm gonna bend the knee to you guys. You guys did an absolutely fantastic job at PAX, man. The moment I saw your first video, I was tight that I was not there with you guys. Like, I know you guys are hard on yourselves about little technical issues, whatnot, but you guys did an absolutely amazing job. And I apologize for not being there to help. Like, really, like you guys.
No apologies, my man.
Yeah,
definitely. No, first of all, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because it was definitely fun. A lot of work, definitely fun, but definitely missed. Like, there's no doubt. I'm like, damn, it's all in here. We gotta make it happen though. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta get you back in the fold for the next PAX. You know what I'm saying? That's gotta go down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was fun. It was definitely fun.
Yeah.
And of course, we got the incredible Hulk of this, aka the excess gamer. The Lord of Combat Sports, who is a man of his convictions, demands nothing less than the premium experience, and is the get money gamer.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing terrible. Oh my God. I got a head cold that is insane.
Uh-oh.
Boston killed me. Like, yo, we was in PAX, and we got like deep inside the convention hall. We moving, we shaking, and we said, yo, all right, let's get ready to wrap things up, because it was like the first day or something like that, and it was little kids smoothing us, and we walking up, and it's snowing, and we have on hoodies. Some people had on a t-shirt. Shout out to the Iron Lord t-shirt. So, it took us by storm. I think that was the moment the sickness kicked in. Boston was like, "Welcome back, King. You're sick. You're going to take that with you when you leave." I got back home to New York, and it was just, one day I was under the rope so bad. I felt like Roy Jones when he got hit. It was just like both my feet was crossed. I was in bed. I was just being mad rude. It's terrible. It's still on me right now. Shout out to Mucinex. I want PC off of that Mucinex. Let's get to these fights, because when we was in PAX, Lord Cognito tried his hardest, man. Shout out to Cognito, man. He tried his hardest to get me to watch a fight. And these pubs, I told you, Boston is like a giant New Jersey.
Show up about 5 minutes before you left. He's like, "I'm out," and then shut the door.
Hell yeah, because was like, fuck FTW, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that didn't happen, but it was good fights, right? So I had to watch
Yes,
them on
sir.
replay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
you had the whatchamacallit, the Laura Hurd fight, Estee Lande Laura versus Jarrett Hurd. That was a
Mhm.
unification bout. Now, that was a bout that you saw a bigger man versus a skilled Cuban fighter.
Okay.
Let me tell you, it was 12 rounds of the immovable object versus the
Mm.
irresistible force.
Mm.
On that day, both men wanted their names to be heard, and their names will be down in the fight history books. Laura sticking and moving, hitting and bopping,
Mhm.
stabbing and jabbing. It was beautiful to see the Cuban style being represented in this man.
So,
But at the same time, Jared Hurd was not hearing not a daggone word that he was saying out of his mouth.
you
He
want y'all
wasn't
hear that?
hearing anything that he said, anything that he hit with him with. He was like, yeah, thank you, sir. I enjoy all of the stuff that you're giving me. He was like the juggernaut. And in the 9th round, you saw in Laura's face, he just said, man, what can I do to stop this dude? And it was really, he didn't have an answer in the 9th round, but he came out in the 10th round. He had the strength of a god, and he was going at it. But in the 12th round, Jared Hurd hit him with a short left hook off a counter right hand and dropped him.
Mm.
He got up to answer the call,
Mm.
but that was what took away his belt. At the end, he lost by 1 point. It was a great fight. If y'all go see it, go check it out on Showtime. Showtime's putting out these fights this year.
Mhm.
But on to the UFC with my girl G.I. Jane got busy.
She got busy.
I got to give this to Lord Cognito because I'm just a fan watching UFC. But
Yeah,
I'm a
man.
fan of this little girl. She's not a little girl, but she's a
Yeah, she
savage.
did her thing. Shout out to her. The main event was absolutely spectacular. We had Dustin Poirier versus was it Justin Gagey? I can always pronounce his name. That was a war. I mean, to be honest, I don't even know how Dustin Poirier, his legs is going to survive after the leg kicks that he was taking. I don't know how he's going to be able to function and walk. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Yeah, it was an amazing fight. He caught old boy, like say like 3rd or 4th round or whatever it was, and it was a new type of boogaloo. It was a delayed boogaloo. It was the boogaloo where you thought you was in it, but your body was like, you're not there yet, baby. And then like it's like one of his legs gave out. It was weird because it was like like his body was all right, but just one leg was like, no. It was doing all type of stuff. So yeah, shout out to him though. He put up a game effort. He definitely got the lightweight division is gonna be crazy. He wants his title shot with Khabib. You know what I'm saying? After that, and you gotta make an argument for him because Connor's not around. Ferguson's out. You know what I'm
Yo, I
saying?
got a question for you, Lord
He deserves
Cognito.
it.
I got a question for you. You
Mm-hmm.
think your man Connor did that on purpose because he ain't want to fight Khabib, man?
Let's
I
talk
really
about it because we
honestly
missed the
think
week.
he wilded
Let's talk
out
about it real quick.
because he didn't want to fight
I'm gonna
somebody.
be real with you. Connor is about the theatrics. Connor knows how to get his name out there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's a ploy. All right, obviously we know it's some real beef because his little man's got cornered by Khabib's people. Khabib's people ran down on his little man's his UFC partner dude in the low division was like, yeah, what now? You was talking that hot, you know what I'm saying? And they rolled up on him. So this was supposed to be the retaliation. Like Connor threw out the goon, he sent out the Irish goons, whatever. And they surrounded the bus. Now, you know, come on, you hurting other fighters, you doing all this other craziness. I can't condone that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where his head's at. He got to do that time. You know, he's gonna get sued. So he's blowing all this money away. I don't know where his head's at. I know he tries to get his name out. I heard he just got the misdemeanors now, right? Did he ain't getting
Yeah,
nothing?
it's nothing serious with that, you know,
It's a
because he didn't attack the guy personally. What
right
he
now.
did was it was reckless endangerment
Yes.
of people that was involved, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
misdemeanor, and it got dropped down to a lesser charge.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the fact that he got time that he's gonna do because there's gonna be time served and he's gonna pay a heavy fine and he's
Yeah.
gonna get sued. But the problem is that Dana White and the UFC can no longer associate themselves with this maniac, and in doing that, they close themselves off from this individual's fantastic fight powers. I honestly think that the fight with him and Khabib was a 50-50 fight,
Yeah, it
and I'm
is.
thinking
Khabib
that
is his kryptonite.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this dude saw it, the pressure bust pipes, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go bust up." Because why, as a boss? I mean, me as a boss, right? If I'm getting retaliation, I'm sending goons. The goons gonna go, and the goons gonna do
it.
things.
Why are you out there on the front lines?
He was, he was the most recognizable. Yo, I saw cameras when people say, "Yo, that's Connor." People on the bus was like, "Oh my God, that's Connor." Come on, man. Like, nah, that's a way to get out of something that you don't want to do.
It's a possibility.
I mean, come on.
I will say this: Connor is definitely. I mean, Khabib, his style, that AKA grappling, ground and pound, put you on the ground style. That is, the kryptonite.
Totally, because he's not gonna do what he did with Iaquinta. He's not gonna stand for 2 rounds and test his metal against Connor's fist. He's not doing that. He is going to take him down and turn his face into Swiss cheese. That's what he's gonna do.
And on top of that, let's be real, Connor's Achilles heel has always been stamina in the ground game. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this, though, seeing Khabib versus Quinta, his chin game, he leave his head open. He leave his head up when he backs. His boxing is trash.
Like that's why the Poirier fight is interesting, because if he decides, hey, let me test my mettle against this guy standing up, it could be a problem. Poirier's boxing is excellent. He gets hit a lot, but his boxing is excellent. But man, if he decides to do that, it could be night.
It could be night. Yeah, man. I mean, so that's pretty much what it was. Just shout out to the undercard. Rest in peace to my man, the veteran Carlos Condit, man.
It's a wrap.
It's a good run. I remember he was one of the top guys.
Natural born killer, baby. But
man. Olivier, he had that boy doing the choke. He had him in the choke. It was a wrap. Who else? All the veterans Go ahead, Saul.
I think real quickly what King was alluding to when he passed it over to you was UFC 223 last week, where he had Rose Namajunas versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Yeah,
that Thug Rose, the truth.
I love her cold-blooded face.
G.I. Jane, I tagged to G.I. Jane. He got the shaved head,
emotionless face. Game. I love her.
If you don't like know, a psychotic killer.
If you don't know, you might think she's shook.
Yes.
Because she's so stoic.
Yes.
But no, it was just an absolute understanding of what she was going to do in that fight. And Joanna got better. Joanna was better in this fight. And Rose just got that much better.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things where it's like, I think it's a wrap. I mean, Joanna needs to do something different.
Was on Make a Mask Saturday. She was making a mask out of her face. Did you see her face after? Yo, the only time I've seen a boxer's face look like that was George Foreman when he fought. I forgot this dude's name, but his face looked like a Halloween mask. I looked at her face and my heart sank at the end, and I said, "Man, somebody should have loved this kid more and said stop the fight."
You're stupid.
There is no way that you allow somebody's face to get mangled in such a fashion. This little killer, and she didn't stop. It's like she was enjoying every part of the mangling of the face. This is the best face mangling that you will ever see. I mean, tune into the face mangling. If you can see the highlights, it's on YouTube. Face mangling and
face mangling. That's what I gotta put in the key search.
That's it. Face mangling. Rearrange your face Saturdays.
Yeah, UFC was lit, man. We got some preludes, some setups, some things going on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the OGs that took some L's, like I said, Condit and the other kid, Boach. He took a hard one. The young boy, what's his name? The one that they try and say is the new John Jones in the middleweight division, Israel, whatever. He fought 3 rounds. It wasn't nothing too impressive. You know what I'm saying? He kind of got through. So I want to see more from him as he goes up in competition, because they're really hyping this kid up. But that's what we got on the combat sports front. Unless anyone else wants to contribute. And of course, we have the Shinobi Gaming Ninja.
I got something to contribute to the combat sports.
What?
What's going on?
Goku versus Jiren was a better fight.
You're a savage. I saw your Facebook post. You're a savage. Of course. We have the Shinobi Gaming Ninja himself, Lord Cognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP. Not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. So let's get right into what the Lords have been playing. Obviously, we know Lord Addict has been playing Bloodborne. You know what I'm saying? The DLC. Anything else have you been touching this week?
Not really. That took a lot of my time.
Yeah.
I still have one more. I have an optional boss on
Mhm.
Bloodborne that I have to kill.
Mhm.
He's like a weird dude. Like you take half his health, and he just like his whole lower abdomen just gets completely erased, and he's crawling at you,
Mhm.
and like lava is spraying behind him. You can't go to the left of him. You can't go to the right. You can't go behind him. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get ready for ILP. I don't got time for this right now.
Fair enough. Lord Stop, what have you been playing this week?
So this week, basically nothing, man. The only thing I did was fire up the Red Dead in 4K. Ooh, Lord.
Oh,
Crispy. The absolute best way to play that game now on this planet is with an Xbox One X. That game looks absolutely amazing. Anybody who's not played Red Dead, please. Cognito, please.
I threw it on this morning just to see. I have to see it
It's
before I
insane.
do the show. I was like, woo, wow.
Lord. Yeah.
Wow. And I see how
I heard the DLC is even better.
Oh, the Undead Nightmare is fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the best DLCs ever dropped for anything. It's so complete, it's fantastic. So that was it for this week. Last week, while you guys were away at PAX, I was able to play a little bit more Far Cry. That game is I don't care anything about the story, and people get mad because it was supposed to say something political and they didn't. I don't care. It's Far Cry. They know how to make an open world murder simulator, and that's what that is. That's a straight murder simulator. and at that, it's fantastic. I will say this: that game has no chill whatsoever. There is beef in the streets at all time. If you walk on the road, be prepared for beef at all times. Like anytime I have to go from A to B, I take the scenic route through the woods. I'd rather get attacked by a puma or whatever, because if you take the road, right, you will get right. You walk on the road, right. So one of the trucks that belongs to the cult drive by 2 or 3 guys in it. They'll attack you, right. If you don't kill all of them quickly, one of them gonna set off a flare. And that's gonna bring in the reinforcements.
Oh, he got the snitch mechanic.
Oh my Lord! The reinforcements come. You have a couple of guys on ATV come. Then you get air support. Then you get guys dropping bombs on you from above. And then at the end of all
this
that,
is from a small militia that has taken over a town.
It's not a small militia. These guys are penetrating all levels of government. It's crazy stuff. So then at the end of all that, if you happen to survive, you're gonna get attacked by like a puma or a bear. They're gonna say, "Oh wait, what's going on in the street? Let's go." And this is every encounter. So that game is crazy. It's really fun. Forget about all that other stories, whatever. The game is fantastic. And I did pick up the Bad Dudes finally for the Switch, and I tell you, nostalgia is a funny thing.
I believe it's something that it wasn't, right?
That game is horrible.
It didn't translate well to the modern era.
Oh no,
not to experience that for Shenmue.
Oh damn!
Yo, I honestly think that when people get a hold of this Shenmue, just like Lord Addict just said, I honestly see like people gonna be like, "Oh, we got it." Oh no, I know that it's not gonna translate well, man. When it's you the first to do it,
there's been very few games that I feel like have survived the amount of time that it's been out. If you've been out for more than 15 years and you go back, the nostalgia, it's not nostalgia glasses. That has took over your body. You've been nostalgia possessed to like that
game. We gonna get into it. Lord King, what have you been playing?
All right, so I played absolutely nothing when we was at PAX. I was trying to play my Switch. I brought my Switch with me, but listen, walking around 12 hours a day on your feet constantly, doing this, that, and the third, and then in Boston, you got to walk to any place because they Ubers. Let me shout out to the garbage Uber situation. Let me tell you something. Yeah, I'm into premium. You saw you put Uber X and they bring up a beat up minivan.
Wow.
Yo, spending $35 on a beat up minivan. I'm not a fan of this. Something has to be stopped, and I'm gonna talk to the mayor of that little bum town that can't be. That's not the wave. That's not the wave. All right. Sorry, that's a minor rant
on him. We were no, okay. You know, you have to let me.
Ask Addict. Did Addict like it? Did you like it, Addict?
No, I didn't even like it. But,
Addict didn't care about those things at all.
No, he can't. When he paid that $10 and he looked at it.
When we sit there, I kid you not, like the when that minivan pulled up, we was like, yo, like that can't be in the past us. So okay, that isn't it. So we're sitting there, and it turns out that it turned around and it showed right beside us, and D looked at us with the most serious face. Like, I thought he was about to be like, yo, I need another one. No, see ya.
Send it back.
Crazy.
That was absolutely hard. Anyway, so I really wanted to play my Switch. I brought my Switch with me. I was like, I'm gonna get all these little Mario balloons. Nope, didn't happen. All right, so got back here and I played my Division 4K update. Insane. Shout out to Ubisoft for never giving up on not one game. They're gonna make you love them. They're the girlfriend that you didn't really want, but then when you got her, she's working really hard. Like she's doing dishes, she's cooking, she's cleaning, she's washing, she's doing everything. Baby, you need your toes done. She's gonna win your heart. And I'm telling you right now, Ubisoft, shout out, man. Shout out. That Division.
Shout out to them. The Division looks amazing in 4K. I have to admit.
I'm buying the Wildlands today. You know, I was on my PUBG, had to get down with the team, the squad. We was getting it on. Also, I put on the Fortnite because they said something about Insta Tower thing, but no, it wasn't ready yet or something that this Sinister was saying. I put on what's that Destiny 2.
What?
The Go Fast patch. I wasn't on since the Go Fast patch.
Oh, yeah. We gotta talk to you about that.
It should go fast to the trash. Go fast to the trash because anytime you feel that your answer to anything is to speed the game up, you lost. You know what the answer is? Real raids, not apartment 2C.
We just talked about
a real raid.
Yeah, we just shout out to Ebontis. We literally just had the discussion you just talked about, and that's what I said. Oh, no doubt. That's what's up. And it's like, that's what we said. We said, in order to get King back, in order to get Addict back, you know, it's real raids. Because at the end of the day, you can show this great animation and picture images of the Warmind DLC, but back of your head, you know you're going back to Apartment 2C. That just disconnects you because it's really not related, right? So yeah, trust me, we know what you said, and it's gonna be interesting to see how they handle that. You know,
another thing it really does is it like makes the expansions like worthless. It's like I'm gonna do the core thing, and then like nothing else I do is gonna be relative to what we're playing.
Exactly, and they've got to get out. And we had a discussion about it. We think honestly, I don't want to throw anybody in the bus, but it's got to be a lazy design choice because raids must be very difficult. Let's be real. Let's give them some credit. Raids must be very difficult to create. So what they said is, let's make these small little hub raids, try to unify it together. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the community doesn't like it. It doesn't like. No one's talking about the last. You don't even know the name of the last boss or what. You know what I'm saying? What it was doing. So they've got to get that. Listen to Flashpoint 11 is out, y'all. ILP Podcast channel. Please check it out. We go in depth. Shout out to my man Ebontis. We really go hard on it. You know what I'm saying? As far as that. But yeah, also shout out to Ubisoft, like you were saying, King, because they really. I like the fact that they really, even if their game flops at one of their joints, like they go back, they really spend the time, they listen to the community, and they, you know, it reinvents itself. So good to see.
Fisher in Wildlands.
That's what
Fisher's back.
I gotta play the Wildlands because I was looking at a video of it because I was curious because they did the Predator thing, and they're doing like little things to pull you back in to get your curiosity popping, and the game doesn't look bad at all.
Oh,
and if you have 4K people, I mean they're working out here, and that's what we asked for, right? So
I just looked. That boss I killed at the end of Bloodborne, only 9.4% people have that trophy.
Oh wow, I love it. I love trophies like that.
A lot of people said that that expansion was hard as hell, considerably harder than the main game. So like, if
Well,
you
you
get
know,
through that,
the difficult game conquerors in the building. You know,
exactly.
So that's it for me. As far as me, same thing with King, man. I've literally had absolutely no time to play nothing. I was in PAX. I had no time to play nothing. I had to Switch, did not get a chance to play. Came back, didn't get a chance to play nothing. Got a new work schedule, working 2 more hours a day. Didn't get a chance to play nothing, but I wrote some articles. Check them out on TICGN.com.
That's a good article too.
Thank you so
I
much,
wanted to
sir.
give a shout out to that on the air. You know,
Much
that was
appreciated,
very
Lord.
well written. You know, it was fantastic, and I
Thank
was
you,
there to
sir.
witness all of that. It was
No
great.
doubt. Shout out to Lord Editor for making me look good out here in these streets. He knows who he is. But yeah, man. So that's pretty much it. Let's get into the poll. Last week's poll results are in, and the people have spoken to the question. With the recent releases of PlayStation exclusives, No Man's Sky, Hellblade, etc., now coming to the Xbox platform, does this now give you extra incentive to pick up these titles? The winner at 64%, pretty much cruising to victory in a 3-way ILP poll, was the yes, but only if they are X enhanced group. Coming in at second place at 27% was the nah. Been there, done that on the PS4 fam group. And the shallow third place at 9% was only if we get some of the bigger PS4 exclusives.
That ain't happening.
What do the Lords think about this latest poll?
For me, it depends on the game, man. Like with Hellblade, like I wasn't even gonna pick it up, and then Kai was like, "I'm getting it." I was like, "Okay, fine," because I know I'm the one who put the money up for the PlayStation one. So I was like, you know, I loved the game, I played it, and I want to support it. I was like, I got other things to purchase right now. I'm not gonna do it. He went ahead and did it. But again, that's one that makes sense. I know they had something going, like if they reach X amount of sales in the first couple of weeks or something, they were giving X amount of money to charity. For like
Sovereign, you're not contributing to the people. You're not.
Yeah, I know.
You're not double.
Well, I think sell the one that you have for PlayStation, but you brought it digitally, so exactly. And they don't have a buyback system. They gotta try that system.
Yeah, shout out to Dizzy in the chat. He said he's absolutely loving Hellblade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, and the X enhancement.
Shout out to Dizzy on them shirts though. Shout out to everybody that purchased that merch.
Everyone who purchased the merch, man. Yes. Y'all here modeling, looking real good in the realm. I'm seeing it. Looks hot.
It's beautiful. Listen, pre-orders for the other shirts is about to go up. We're gonna have 7 colorways. Oh.
And we're coming up with some new design ideas. There's gonna be some new design things going down on these shirts.
West Coast, baby.
Lords are trying to diversify.
Yes, sir. That's right.
It's gonna be nuts.
No doubt. So we got a new ILP poll cooking up at the end of the show. Please stay tuned. That's going to be a very controversial one. So please stay tuned for that. So let's get right into it, all these topics. So let's get hot off the presses. I believe it was Saturday night. I believe it was a Friday night. I forgot which night it was. Friday night. And I'm sitting there and Sega of America put out a tweet. And I couldn't believe it. It was actually my man Lord Sovereign that hit me first. And he sent me the IGN article. And it said Shenmue 1 and 2 remastered. Coming to Xbox. Coming to PlayStation. Coming to PC. And I lost it. Twitter went crazy. Shenmue saved. Was hashtagging out here. You know what I'm saying? There was tears of joy. Addict was crying with me too. No, he wasn't. But it was real emotional out here. We thought this day would never happen. It's being released. So right now, what we know is going to be specific graphical enhancements that weren't detailed. Publisher said that there's going to be a definitive version for each game, part 1 and 2, fully scalable resolution. And what I thought was real cool is players will have the choice between modern and classic controls. So I guess they want to get away from the tanky Resident Evil stuff, I guess, and maybe have some modern controls. And for me, the most important feature, as well as original Japanese or English voiceovers. Because when I saw the trailer that Sega put up, and Ryo was yelling, "No!" And I said, yeah, they voices was bad back in the day. So shout out to Cal. He said the same thing. I retweeted his tweet. So now it's out here. Let's bring it to the round table. Shenmue 1 and 2, The Return, HD. What do we think? And then also, where does this sit for Shenmue 3? So I want to actually bring it to Lord Addict first.
I don't know I was going first. I was going first.
Lord Addict, who has no emotional ties to this franchise, who laughs at old men rejoicing in the street. How do you feel about this announcement?
I mean, I don't really have any kind of opinion on it. I mean, I understand the hype from it. It's pretty much the equivalent when they announced that Final Fantasy VII was being remade. So, like, it's something that you play when you're younger, and when it comes out, regardless how much it's aged, you still want to play it.
No doubt.
How many times have I bought Resident Evil 7? A lot.
No doubt. But I guess
Resident Evil 4, a lot.
I guess I'm curious for you because you literally have no connections to this. So seeing this, does it at least interest you in the least? Or are you like
not even a little bit?
There's nothing that interests you about Shenmue.
It just looks like the poor man's Fable to me, to be honest with you.
Oh wow! Fire. Fair enough. Okay, so we got that, and the next question I got for Addict is with this release, and specifically on the Xbox side, because that's a point of contention right now. Because obviously we know Shenmue 3 is from right now we know PS4 exclusive and PC. So do we feel this may work out positively for Xbox in terms of Shenmue 3?
It just depends if it actually sells. I mean, if it comes out and does 5, then they're definitely not going to bring out a port for 3.
Interesting.
So I mean, I put it on Xbox fans. If you want that game, you better support this.
Support it. Facts. Which means you.
I don't want it. Like, there's a difference. If Shenmue 3 cannot come out, and I wouldn't lose a night of sleep. So you know, that's all you guys. And you know, it maybe if it's reasonably priced, I'll buy it just for the support. But I ain't playing it.
Now we did hear that Shenmue 1 and 2, shout out to Spawn Wave, is $30. That surprised me. It's only 30 for both. For both. Addict. What's up? We got to do a history lesson. What's up? $30.
Yeah. But how much are they paying me to play it?
How much? I'm done with you.
It's a hard game, Addict. It's right up the alley.
It's a good streaming game. I think it'd be a good game for you to stream.
It would be funny to watch you rage.
It's a fantastic game to stream.
Yeah, it would be funny to watch you rage against certain fights.
QTE madness.
Oh yeah.
Please. Oh my Lord. I just beat one of the hardest experiences on consoles right now. Shut up.
But the QTEs are limiting in a way that can get on your nerves. And again, if they don't fix some of the timing on that stuff, because again, those games come with their jank, regardless of whatever you have. Like,
it's one of those games where I'm fighting the mechanics more than I'm fighting the game.
Sometimes, especially the first one.
That's literally what you just said.
The first one, yeah. I don't know. 2 was cleaned up a little bit, but the first one, some instances, like, you know, if you like tank controls, you're gonna get some tank controls.
You're gonna get some tank control. Exactly. So let's bring it over. Lord Sav, Lord King, Shenmue returning. What was your reactions out here?
My reaction was Year Dreams Part 2. Like, you know,
let's go.
For me this year, like with Shenmue coming back, getting my Red Dead finally, to me, it's one of those things where they're starting to listen about, you know, bringing back these old properties that we haven't seen for a while. Hopefully getting a Splinter Cell game. That's what I'm hoping all this Sam Fisher talk is leading to, getting Splinter Cell. That's my heart as well. So I hope that's what it is. In terms of Shenmue, the only thing that disappointed me a little bit about the announcement is that it's not really a full remaster. Like, they're upgrading, you know, resolutions and stuff like that, making it widescreen. But I don't know that we're getting, like, it's not getting that
widescreen means a lot, though. That widescreen means a lot.
You're getting the same crap with up-res, then no textures done over. I mean, listen. Is it nice to translate the assets over, upscale them, you know, to now? Yeah, fine. If people's clamoring for it, let's make a quick buck off of this. We can change a couple of things on it. Me personally, I'm going to get it just out of support factor. Am I going to play it? Probably not. Because it's not something that I can say that I was looking forward to. I was something that I expected a long time ago. But the noise got probably so definite in Sega's office that they said we can actually churn a buck on this. Probably be digital only too. So at that price point, yeah, it's gonna sell at that price point. I always knew that Shenmue 3 was coming to Xbox anyway.
Yeah, it's just a matter
But
of
it's
when
still
it's coming.
it's not officially confirmed, but it looks like, I mean, the tea leaves seem to be leaning your way, Lord
Yeah,
King.
They
I
want
think it's
money. They
coming.
want
It's
money.
it's
So
coming. I don't know
it's
about
coming.
launch, but it's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, I
Nah, it's
think it's
probably not a
coming.
launch exclusive.
I
It's
agree. I
probably a
think
launch exclusive for PlayStation.
yeah, my gut tells me it's probably a similar situation to how, No Man's Sky, Hellblade things, it may be like that period of exclusivity, because we do know the publisher, I believe it was a Deep Silver or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones who actually, I believe, are going to publish it, I believe. And then THQ Nordic owns them now. They now
Mhm.
own them. So, and they've been
THQ
known to go
Nordic is
cross-platform.
making moves.
Yo, THQ Nordic is out here, you know what I mean, in these streets. So that definitely bodes well for Shenmue's future as far as cross-platform. And I will say this, like King was saying, it's like, it's one of those things that they put this, that you put this out as, to get the fever up. Why do people love Shenmue? Yada yada yada. You got part 1, you got part 2, and then you can go right into the sequel. But like we were saying, it makes no sense from the Xbox perspective to give them 1 and 2 and not 3.
Mhm.
Well, I mean,
makes
they're going to do that to Kingdom Hearts.
And what's it now? Break down the Kingdom Hearts thing for me, Lord. What's the deal with that? They're getting also 1 and 2 and not 3.
We're getting 3, but not 1 and 2.
Okay, so you're getting the later version, but you're not getting the older version.
Yep, and then Square Enix is going to bitch why Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't sell on Xbox.
Wasn't 1 and 2 like exclusive to PlayStation or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, see, at that time,
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation owned pretty much the majority of stock in Square Enix, so you'll never see any of those games at that time frame come out for Xbox. That's why you didn't see Final Fantasy X come out for Xbox or 12.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
at that
then
time,
the expectation is that that game wasn't coming anyway, regardless. I mean, there's a lot of games that over a period of time, if it's owned by a certain company or distributed by that company, you're just never going to get those sequels or prequels.
Absolutely. But yeah, like shout out to the chat right now. They go crazy. Shout out to Punch and Native going at it about shit. Here's the thing, y'all. For the people who obviously don't get it and they look at it and like, why these old OGs getting all hyped for this? Like, you gotta understand, like Shenmue's place, and we've talked about it in nauseum on ILP. Shenmue's place is, prior to it existing, it is the father of the open world RPG. And in reference to that, graphically, for what its time, for what it was doing, was outstanding, including having different game systems in it. So you had a fighting game inside the game, you had QTEs inside the game, and like I said, you had this open world cinematic with all this tremendous dialogue, all these great characters. So for it to finally come back, which people thought at this point, we were getting to that point, like this thing's not happening. Because shout out to Dreamcast guy, he put out a video yesterday. Apparently, there was one remastered that someone else did on their own during the 360 and PS3 era, and Sega did not greenlight it. So just to see it come back is a good sign. Also to see it get ready right before 3, you know what I'm saying, is a good sign. It was just good to see the feels out there, the Sega kids out there repping. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to see this thing, come back. Would I have liked the full remaster? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Remasters are better.
Yeah, remasters are better. I mean, I will say that when it's something that you're passionate about, you want the full treatment. So I will say that. We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I will support it. Go ahead, Soft. I see what you're doing.
As a Sega kid, yeah, it was just a lot of Sega love too. I mean, they announced that Mega Drive Mini that so far is only.
It better be done right.
Yeah.
Listen,
They
they
were
have a
talking
lot of
about
these. They have a lot of these little crap things that's out there from ATI or ATV or whatever the heck that thing is. And I have my hands. I touched it. It's not as nice as the Nintendo stuff that's put out there. So hopefully Sega, has that quality control through the roof, because Nintendo has that on Smash.
Yeah, they specifically addressed that because that was the question. Like, okay, they're using the base tech from those 8 games or whatever, and they say that it's considerably improved upon that. So the emulation is supposed to be much better. So hopefully it is on par with what Nintendo's doing, because that's the goal, right? I don't know that it's gonna be as hot as one of the, a Nintendo Mini and an NES, SNES Mini, but I mean it has an audience if it's coming from them, and it's a good product.
Yeah, well, last quick question before we move on. What do you guys think? I was catching my Switch gang, and they were in their feelings about this announcement. They were like, "No Switch." Like, Switch gang is a little upset. So what do we feel about Lord Addict? What do you feel about the Switch gang not getting any of these remasters?
I feel like the Switch game should be used to not getting games. So
You're savage. We know that is not true. They've been getting games. They've been getting a lot of third parties and some actually getting the Dark Souls that's coming up. You know, we talk about that in your topic. But
it's one of those things where I think it's just. I mean, they gotta budget for it, and as well as the Switch is doing, yeah, you would think it'd be a no-brainer to put it on there. Maybe you get an announcement later, but it kind of doesn't make any sense not to put these games. These games are not so intense that they can't run on the Switch. So I don't really understand it. And like for
y'all
me, like
want this on the Switch. I'm so sick and tired of you guys. Why does everything that come out? We need a Switch.
Okay.
We do not need a Switch version for every goddamn thing, man.
To the
I'm so sick and tired of this, man.
Are you gonna have it on your? Are you gonna support it and buy it? You just said you're not gonna play it in all likelihood, right?
Yeah.
And the same goes for me. I will if it's on my Switch, I'll touch it. If I buy it on the Xbox, I'll look at it once. And then move on to something else. I support it.
You're not making no sense right now.
How am I not making any sense?
You're out of control right now.
Why?
Did you see most of the indie games at PAX being ported to the Switch? Yes, I did, Sonaldo. That's what we're trying to explain to the King and Addict King.
No. I know for a fact. I was there. I bear witness to it. You know, them indies people, they are rocking, and a lot of those games exactly fit on the Switch. I like new experiences. Okay, on my Switch. I want to control new stuff. I want to have fun, like that Messenger game. I gotta tell you this.
Yeah, we gonna get it. Same. Yeah, we gonna
buy it.
Yeah.
But it's like you calling out the Shenmue stuff. That's nice. If it's $7, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, good. But
that's $7. That's been
I mean, you know, they indie games better be $7, man. I don't look at them. I don't, man.
What about Shout the Guy? What about choices? Why can't people have choices?
There's no choice.
Why no choice in the world?
Choices there.
Why have all the choice in the world? But why do we have to shoehorn it on
they
these
had
little
choices.
things?
They
can do it. They have the capability to do it.
I mean, look, they had choices.
Like this is so hard to put Shenmue on it.
Wrong choice.
Like it's the Witcher 3 you're trying to put on
like you go down what Shenmue.
Listen, I got the capabilities to walk in the middle of the street and get hit by a car. Do I want to do it? No. All right. So come on.
But if the only way you're gonna get hit by a car
is a Switch. What about Little Jimmy, King? Little Jimmy.
You know what? Yeah, shout out to Little Jimmy. Yo, Little Jimmy, buy the Messenger.
We got a bunch of selfish lords.
Look, Little Jimmy shouldn't have bought a Switch anyway. So.
I'm done with y'all.
You should have brought the market leader, Little Jimmy.
No, stop. This happening, man. We can't take
it. About the market leader.
There's no converting them. What I don't understand.
Why does it bother them that? Yeah.
Why can't I have it on the system that I know I would play it on?
Yes.
You know what you do? You get your tiki torch. Get your tiki torch and go outside and say, "I'm not buying it unless it's on the Switch. I'm not buying it unless it's on the Switch."
You know what I hear?
You know what I hear? Jimmy.
You know what I hear?
Jimmy, y'all.
You know what I hear when you guys say, well, I want to buy it because that's the only console I'd play it on. I hear you trying to justify reasons for buying a Switch and you would only play these games on the Switch because you wouldn't even play it on a better graphical fidelity or anything like that.
Because I'm playing brand new AAA stuff on that, and I don't have it.
So you can't play this on that? Like, no, why does it have to be the Switch?
It would fall to the side. It would fall to the side.
It would fall to the side. It would
fall to the wayside. And that's not to say, and I'm the dumbass who buy it twice because I would do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna support it on both.
This is too funny. Let's go to Punk. The chat is lit. Let's move on. Cause you know, Addict King. They ain't about that.
Do it for Little Jimmy, King.
Do it for Little Jimmy. Hashtag y'all. Y'all put it in the chat, man. But anyway, the Lords have returned. We're moving on. We returned from PAX East, our very first PAX East. And man, we got a lot to talk about. So we want to bring it to the round table. Obviously, Solve, you can watch from afar. No,
I'm going to get into interview mode. I'm just going to interview you guys.
Yeah, you get interview. You get interview. You know what I'm saying? You already know, Brad. What up? So, yeah, pretty much what I want.
People that support the Switch like that can't interview me. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna speak to them devs you was talking to.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna record this, and we're gonna tell them how y'all really feel.
They know how
last time I checked, last time I checked, those devs that you gonna be talking to, they making an Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah,
game.
okay, we'll see.
I can see the devs talking to them, like, and they'd be like, "Yeah, you gonna port it to this BS system? Really? You gonna do that?"
I want y'all to have that same energy in front of the devs.
Look at the Switch, man. You know what the Switch? Only thing the Switch has been doing for me lately
Winning in MPDs
is getting sacrificed. Center of Redemption. Getting
besides winning MPDs. Oh, okay.
The only thing that thing's been doing here for me lately is getting Sinner Sacrifice Redemption delayed because of that.
Word. Only thing been doing for you.
Why do I care about anyone else?
I know. That's what we noticed. Oh my god. So Pax East has arrived. The Lords have returned from the realm. And man, it was definitely an experience. So we're gonna bring it over to Lord Addict since he's all feisty this morning. What's your experience of on the PAX and compared to E3? Just PAX in general. What was some standout things for you? So tell the people about the PAX experience.
Well, you know, the PAX experience was really good. The only negative thing I can really say about PAX is there was too much Switch. Now, joking. Okay.
You're savage.
PAX was a great experience. It was fun playing. You know, especially there was a couple games that really highlighted. Like I said, Sacrifice or Redemption was a fun game I want to play. There's a game called Fell. What is that game called? Fell Seal. Fell Seal. It's pretty much a
Nintendo Switch.
I mean, I didn't know that, but okay. But it's pretty much a Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah. And I'm not even talking about like, it was inspired by it. I'm talking like these people might as well have just copied it. Mm-hmm. But I'm okay with that because I'm tired of people trying to copy it and doing it horrible.
No doubt. Yeah, shout out to them, man. Guys, I believe that was 1C Company. They had some great games, man. They had that.
1C had the best games that was there.
Yeah, 1C had that. They had Hamrick. Shout out to Carlos from Hamrick. That was a great one. Remember that? And also 1C had Ancestors Legacy, the RTS, which was Xbox One X enhanced and had the close cinematics, King. Remember that one? Where they got all up on the camera and they was doing the 1-2. It was real cinematic, man. That one was definitely a standout. Did we lose King from it? Oh, he's muted. You may have to unmute himself. He maybe come back.
He's talking about this.
There he is. He's unmuted. He's back. So King, we talk about 1C, all that good stuff. What do you feel about PAX in general as an event for your first time in comparison to like an E3 or just in general? What do you feel about PAX?
Well, I have to honestly say that when it comes to and we were media, so when it comes to the devs getting in, talking about their game and the movement around the place, it was a little bit different from E3. The last day was very reminiscent of what is indicative of the new E3 experience. All right, because remember before E3 was shut off from the public, so now this is a public event. The venue is a robust venue. It's big. It's a big enough venue that you can move around. You can see stuff. The games that was on display is new games. A lot of little games. The booths was set up more like a Comic-Con type of feel, opposed to E3. E3 is a lot of big set pieces.
Yes.
This is a lot of bite-sized chunks. So if you've ever been to like a Comic-Con and you know that they have tons of little booths all around the place, it's the same exact way. As far as selling merch and stuff like that, it goes along those same exact paths of merch will be sold here and there. What you have to realize is these devs, some of them, the ones that we gave t-shirts to, were 100% into giving you what the game was about, how to control with their game, what their vision for the company is, and the passion that they brought across was very strong. Like you felt it. So those they got t-shirts because it was Iron Lords worthy. And then you had some devs that felt like it was a chore for them to be there, and they didn't get a t-shirt. Not saying that all devs that didn't get a t-shirt acted in that manner. Some definitely, I look at it, Lord Cognito, like. this dude is not, working hard as far as getting this across, because there is competition on that floor. Everywhere you turn, there was fantastic games. And I can't tell you that we covered every fantastic game there. But for anybody to say that this industry is in a downturn or is heading towards a crash, they're out of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
There was a game that Lord Cognito was playing with a piggy game. Him and Addict was playing it.
Mm-hmm.
The graphics was horrible. All right? It was absolutely horrible, but these guys was having so much fun making a sandwich with a pig, and every time they got shot, like bacon blood will fly off of them. I was in amazement of little games. Is this one game, Harrock? I think that's the one where it was the book. You read the book at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo. All right, it's black and white, with red will pop up on the screen when bad stuff is going down. It looks cute. It is the bloodiest game I've ever seen. All right? Yes. It is, and it's so, the visceral feel of it, the fun, the things that it's doing, the change in mechanics from first person to third person to side scroller, it's worth it. And these little gems are here. So I know a lot of times y'all go after the big ticket items, but I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of indie games that are coming. 1C had the show for me.
No doubt. 1C definitely had a tremendous impression, like tremendous booth, and King just nailed it, man. I think the whole thing, for anybody who's not gone, shout out to Gamer Perspective last night.
That's what I liked about 1C is they respected us as individuals.
Yes,
like we turned around, their entire booth was filled, like every station, and I played the first game and turned around. They done cleared the entire booth so we could play all their games.
Yeah, 1C was very accommodating, and it had just high quality stuff. You know what I'm saying? You said we had Fellsil over there, the Final Fantasy Tactics style game. You had Heinrich, which what King was talking about, that kind of thought it was going to be some cutesy adventure game with some cutesy character, and this thing turned out to be the most visceral, funniest game ever with all these different mechanics. And at one point, Attic is like, what mechanic don't you have in it? Like, you have action, you have first person shooting, and then he was like, oh, what, you gotta have a racing? And the guy's like, oh yeah, we have a racing segment. And we're like, yo. I know. So shout out to those guys. Also, I like Ancestors Legacy because I know Addict's a big RTS guy, Halo Wars and stuff like that. And one thing about RTS that I dislike is that RTS tends to always keep the action far away, and with good reason. You got all these units, you got all that stuff. But what they did, which was really cool, was whenever your units would engage, it would go into this cinematic style battle. And you really saw the pillaging. And remember, King, they were burning down houses. And
the animation was sick.
Yeah.
Because he put it was called what was it? Not fight cam. It was cinematic cam, something like that.
Yeah, he had a name for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was amazing, man. Shout out to them. I want to also shout out for me. I got, obviously you seen the article, guys. Please support it. The links in the description. But it, like, kind of like the 10 top sleeper ones. But also, let's give it a shout out to the big name guys, like State of Decay 2, y'all.
Oh,
woo! You know what I'm saying? State of Decay 2 was lit. First of all, shout out to Lord Fogey. You know what I'm saying? Richard Fogey, the crew, game designer. Also, level designer, Luis Yepes. Great guy, man. Got a chance to sit down and talk to those guys and schmooze a little bit. But, yeah, man, it was really cool. State of Decay looks absolutely fantastic. The level of detail on the characters, the different zombies. King was recording me getting whooped by a zombie I should have ran from.
Yo, it was Lord Cognito in the game. We had live footage of Lord Cognito. They got him in the game. If you go to the game, he's choosable. He's a character that he may spawn on your team. But it was him. Shout out to that zombie with the red eyes that was murdering him.
King told me, and I did it. He said, Cog, do not mess with that zombie with the red eyes. I was like, this is like State of Decay 1, man. Like,
this zombie saw him from down the block. I said, yo, get in the car and get out of there now. He's like, nah, I'm going to handle the zombie. I said, yo, the zombie got to look at his eyes, leave now. He didn't do it. He didn't do it, and that zombie proceeded to chew his face off.
Yeah, the thing about State of Decay 2, which is dope, is that you really have that sense of fear. There's certain things you cannot handle by yourself. So that's the cool thing. He was showing us some base building, which was also dope. All the different mechanics of that, choosing your leader. It's so deep with the RPG mechanics. And then also we got a chance to talk to him later. They're even giving the option. I'll give you guys an ILP exclusive. They're giving you guys the option to allow people into your group or reject people that you find into your group. And one thing that shout out to Lord Fogey, he was saying was that in a future possible DLC, those people that you reject could come back in some Negan type situation.
Oh wow!
Yes,
right, because you have bad humans now, right? Not
yes,
zombies.
It's not just the zombie thing. So you got that, you got the resources, then you got this infection, blood plague thing. They've got all these new mechanics. Game looks phenomenal. Very impressed. And Lord Addict, remember the shooting mechanics? Remember how impressed we were with the shooting mechanics? Addict's there? Oh, he sleep? Lord sleeps back. Okay.
Hit those likes, guys. Hit those likes. It's 39 of you in there. Let's rock.
Please hit those likes, y'all. So yeah, man, it was really cool. All right, Dizzy says it doesn't let you bring it to your own world. No, here's how it works with the co-op. Basically, the way it was explained to me by Low Fogey is, Dizzy, if you got your crew, right, and you got your survivors, you're bringing in one of your guys from your world into my world, and he could get permadeath. So you better be very careful about who you bring into your friend's world. You don't be bringing your A+ dude all the time. Because he could be out of there. You know what I mean? So that's definitely something that you guys need to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? And then also the progression of leader type skills. There was like Warlord and all this other stuff going on. And shout out to, like I said, our man Luis. He's also a Destiny guy. So we was talking with him. But yeah, he's also talking about how the scale of the worlds in comparison to part 1. So yeah, State of Decay, definitely. I mean, the cosign ILP seal of approval all the way on that. I want to also shout out Ashen.
Did I miss anything?
Oh,
yeah, we're talking about State of Decay. I was going to talk to you about.
I apologize.
It's all good. We were just talking about how the shooting mechanics were and how impressed we were with that part. Remember, Lord Addict?
The mechanics are so, because I just recently stopped playing. Mm-hmm. I've been thinking about streaming it, but I haven't really took that in initiative yet. Mm-hmm. They were so good where I was just playing the first one again. I was missing every shot because I was trying to use those garbage mechanics.
Yes.
And that's nothing compared to like the first one. The first one had extreme circumstances and it was being made. It was an arcade game. It didn't even really have a whole lot of budget behind it. It was great for what it was.
Yes, absolutely. And what I liked about it too, King, was like you saw every bit of detail on the character. If he had a knife, he had the gun, everything was placed on your character, your level backpack. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of detail on the character.
That game made me break my Game Pass subscription.
Yes. Yes.
Because I know I was getting the game for free in Game Pass, right? Mm-hmm. But after seeing the game and seeing how much they completely changed a lot of things and added to it, I said, $49, I got to go all the way live.
Got to do it, man. Got to do it. And on top, we get it to 4 days early. I can't have it out there in the streets, man. Yeah. I can't have it.
Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, man. So that was that.
Especially, since that's 4, we got to have an ILP stream, man.
Oh, you already know. That's going down. That is going down. Have to. I've been waiting for that game for so long. So shout out to State of Decay guys. Fantastic. Showed us tremendous love. Got a chance to really go behind the scenes with the game. Fantastic. Also want to shout out a couple of names real quick out of the big guys. Ashen, you know what I'm saying? My guy, Derek Bradley, the creative director. He really sat down with me. And I'll be honest, I know I'm not going to get into your topic too much at it because I know we're going to talk about the Souls effect, but that one really surprised me. The cooperative aspect and what I like a lot of these guys are doing, they're really going cinematic with the storytelling. And he actually broke down like the whole thing about like going faceless, because I asked him why the characters don't got no eyes? You know what I'm saying? What's up with that? Purpose. He's like, yeah, this is purposely done, that kind of thing. He breaks down how the seamless co-op and jump in co-op is, that kind of thing. And then he was talking about the weapon progression that basically you can continue to level things up, even if it's your level 1 club from the very beginning. Like if you had a passion for it, you can continue to do things with the progression in reference to that. So that really impressed me. Shout out to that. And then shout out to Addict. Code Vein, y'all. Code Vein. Woo! Let me tell you, man. It's soft. Did you see the video we put up with
Yeah, I saw the video. I saw the Code Vein stuff. Yeah.
Yo, King, Addict, talked about that Code Vein, y'all. What y'all felt when y'all saw that?
I knew about that game going in, and then I saw Addict playing the game.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This guy listen, let me tell you something about Addict. This guy is underrated. All right. I want 2 squads to go to E3. Honestly, this is my heart right here. I really want 2 squads to go to E3. I want Lord Kaibatsu to go to E3, and I really want Lord Sovereign there. I really want to see Lord Kaibatsu versus Lord Addict when it comes to these hard games right here.
Yeah, because he's the original OG difficult game conqueror.
Right? But I've seen Lord Addict jump into these games. Remember that game Sinner?
Yes. Yeah, busy.
I've seen Lord Addict jump into these hard games, these soul type games, without a beat, like he was playing it all his life.
Yes.
Like he was playing it all his life. It is this is
I almost beat
blood type of stuff, man.
I almost beat that display for Sinner on my it was my first attempt. I almost beat that dude until he like rode like a Gorgon off his Zelda and killed me.
Yeah, man, you did your thing, man. You had it. You definitely had it. First of all, for me, like again, we're going to talk again your next topic, but I'm usually not the Dark Souls type guy, but that game, the art style, it looks like an anime. Yo, Sav, when they said 3-player co-op.
Oh, really? It's straight up co-op?
Player co-op with a 4th AI companion. So it's really,
you did mention that to me. Yeah, that's right.
It's over. That's when they won for me. Because I was like, I don't like the game. But you telling me I can bring my crew?
I got help.
And does it have that thing that the Souls games have where people can invade your game and stuff like that? Does it do that?
I don't know about that yet, but that's another. I almost beat that boss too. I was really disappointed with that one.
Yes, it's a wrap.
An inch away from dying, and I died. Like,
yeah.
So how do you guys see it different than those games? Is it faster? Is it faster than Bloodborne?
It's way faster pace. It's way faster pace. I will say the only game I've ever seen that's more fast paced is Neo. Neo is crazy fast paced.
Yeah, man, I was thoroughly impressed, and like I said, I love the art style. I love everything about it. Like I said, the cooperative aspect was literally cherry on the top for me. So just that anime, it looked like Devil May Cry mixed with Guyver, mixed with, you know what I'm saying? Just looked crazy. Whoever's their art team, on fire. Namco's got one. Shout out, speaking of Namco, Soul Calibur 6, y'all. Come on, King. Remember when we
testify. Yo, when I saw it and I said, this is the pinnacle of them working with that engine. Because the first time they did it with Tekken, right? So usually it goes the opposite direction. It goes Soul Calibur, then Tekken, right?
Yeah.
And what I guess this has shown you that Soul Calibur has overtaken Tekken when it comes to fighting preference. Because usually the testing ground for any new engine from Namco is Soul Calibur or whatever their little titles is, and Tekken is the top high price ticket for them. Soul Calibur looks so complete, so polished. Every particle effect, every cinematic when you're fighting, like it's like when you give hard hits, it's like it has a reverb of the world. I couldn't pre-order the game fast enough in my head. Like I'm calculating like how much money I'm spending walking through this show. That's a definite purchase. Right? And that's a definite ILP challenge to other podcasts out there. Y'all can get that smoke. Like that smoke is available for that smoke. Keelik, I'm gonna tell you, Lord Cognito.
Y'all can get that smoke, but don't put Addict in that at all.
Keelik, Mitsurugi. Yo, we got the White Wolf in the house.
Talk about. Yo, yeah, they got Geralt from The Witcher. What?
Y'all gonna see Channel 5 get busy when it comes to that game. That's Apasana. Yeah, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. We get the woo ha. Ooh, ha. Y'all gonna get the woo ha. Y'all gonna get the woo ha.
Man.
It's going down.
It's
But
going
yeah.
down. It's going down. Yeah, fantastic. Got a chance to speak with for Namco and those guys. And yeah, good interview with those guys. Refreshing. I like that they've added the Tekken 7 power crush mechanic, those moves that kind of like power through other moves to get through. Then they also have those cinematic joints. I forgot the name of them. Lokai knows the name, where it's those cinematic moves that if you hit it, you know what I'm saying, they doing the bomb ballistic cinematic on you and taking mad energy. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
So it's like a comeback mechanic. Tekken 7 added it, but the way they've done it, and I tried to press them, y'all. I did some ILP on the spot reporting because I was pressing them as far as we know Unreal Engine, as far as the Xbox One X, how come the Tekken 7 4K enhancement is not out there? And basically, you know, he didn't want to comment on that, but I just said, look, is Soul Calibur gonna have this issue? Because right now we're seeing this one on the PC, 4K 60 max settings, yada yada yada. You know, Xbox One X guys want to utilize, you know, this power. Is it possible? So he says, you know, we have nothing to comment at this time and all this stuff.
Those wasn't PCs. Those was the Xbox One X's that he was playing on.
Side, yeah, but the one I was playing, the one I got the footage up on was actually PC. Right, that was the day you left. That was on Sunday.
Yeah, because I saw the PlayStations on the other side. Listen, I'm not talking that fanboy stuff. Right, I'm just gonna give you the straight
facts.
Like, I saw the PlayStation joint and I was like, let me go over to the other side. So
it's not even close. It's night and day, and this is no fanboy stuff. It's literally, I mean, it's 4K 60 on the other side. Like it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can see the difference. Yeah. So shout out to them. And then last thing I want to say, obviously, another thing we noticed is Unity Engine is out here in these streets, y'all.
And it's been
preferred engine of choice.
Yeah, they continue to improve on it.
Let me tell you, people gonna have to bend the knee to Unity because not only is it showcasing its power, it's showcasing its versatility. We went to Rising Star Games. They had Decay logos, which is a standout. Me and Addict love that game. Remember Decay logos, Addict?
Yeah.
With the game that broke down on me?
Yeah, the one when you got to the boss.
I got to the boss.
Why you gotta throw the dev under the bus though? He wasn't gonna do that.
No, I'm gonna be straight.
The best part about that was the game control.
The game crashed on me. It did, but you know, we're talking about like probably a build that was probably a couple months old at that time. It's in development. It's gonna happen.
Absolutely. But remember how good it looked and how amazing. Yeah, it had the Zelda vibe, but it also has some souls in the bosses. That just the art design looks like it really stayed. Like, yo, Decay logos is gonna look like it might be something, and it's also being ported to the Nintendo Switch. But we got that. But also they had this other racing game. Remember they had Trailblazers. They had Rico. You know what I'm saying? So these are 3 different style games.
You know something?
What's up?
That was another dev that was 100%. The CEO was on site.
Yeah. Facts.
That was another dev because the Rico looked like Max Payne mixed with the Siege.
Yeah, and a little Borderlands with the cell shading.
Yeah, it was that was nuts. The frame rate, the speed of the game was crazy. How you got to clear out a room. What was that? The other game that was the racing game that had the squiddle
Trailblazers where you switch
things that y'all play. That y'all play on your Switch. The squiddle guys, the water gun, the squiddle guys with the squid guys. What's the name of that squid guy game?
Splatoon.
It was like Splatoon. It was like that. The squiddle guys. Yeah, the squiddle guys and the cars. They were squiddle cars. Then they had the 2 other games. Shout out to those devs that have multi-faceted situations going on, and they will work in each station. That was another dev too. I'm sorry, it was so much stuff.
So much. With you. And last 2 shout outs I want to give before we move on. Also, one Scum game. Scum is out here, baby. That looks phenomenal. That is. We got the video up, the interview up with the dev on the ILP channel. Please check that out. The messenger, y'all. Cognito was pleased. Shout your soft. Thank you so much.
Why is he yawning like that?
Because you know how soft he do. He ain't gonna hate you. Shout out to
he wasn't there to play that one.
He wasn't there for that
one.
He wasn't there to play that Sabotage game.
We got to literally the game, and then he was like, "Well, this is our next meeting." I was like, "Well, I'm gonna go chill with Kid for
We know. Solve. They did it, son. They did it. Thank you for putting me on to that.
That
game.
looks crazy, man.
Yeah, it is amazing. And I didn't even know about the 16-bit time travel part. Article is up in the description. Please check out the message of my boy Thierry from Sabotage Games. It's coming. The Switch is going to be crazy. And the last shout out, this was my in the cut joint. Faeland, y'all. Yo, Faeland. This was on Sunday, King. And I'm making my rounds. I'm trying to get a lot of
listen, let me give y'all a disclaimer.
Go for it.
We were driving up to the convention center and it turned into E3, right?
Yes.
It was listen, the parking lot probably houses 500 cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was full. They were telling us to go to another place. And I'm telling Lord Cognito as we're driving up, dude, look at the crowd. This doesn't make any sense. Now, we thought it would be Sunday. They would be at church. I thought
it was the Lord's Day.
They weren't at church. Nobody went to church in Boston on Sunday because it was all at the convention center. I'm like, Lord Cognito, how many interviews do you have today? Oh, I have 2. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? He has 2. I'm going to hit this road. I'm going to get on this road. This doesn't make any sense. Did not want to leave my dude there to go to this convention center by himself. But he said 2. So I'm figuring he's going to bump him up because we got there. We was pushing up, speed it up. You got that badge. You be like, yo, excuse me, move out the way. Yo, get him off the game. It's time to go, media. Yeah. And they get off, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm watching him as I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
This dude proceeds to see 7 or 8 people. I am livid in Albany, New York. I'm driving through Albany, upset, on fire, because I'm like, yo, this dude could have told me, nah, it's 2 that I got to see, but I'm going to see everybody else too, and I'm going to be there to support. Because it's nothing but so much fun as I'm moving people out the way, strong arming them out the way with the camera. And I'm like, excuse me, you're in my light. Pardon my back.
So a lot of stuff came together last minute. And like I said, shout out to Cappy Games from below. I got to sit down with them, exclusive with them. Apologies on the quality. We're going to work on it. Obviously we would not be live streaming from the Boston Convention Center ever again. We would be 4K 60 in that, y'all, the real way. So but yeah, shout out to them. Got a chance to sit down with below. Fantastic game. But the little game I wanted to shout out was Faeland because Lord King was telling you, I'm making my rounds. I'm going between interviews, and one of the devs comes up, and I didn't know who this person was. They were like, "Hey, could you come by the PAX Rising booth?" Yada yada yada. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't really care about your game, but all right. I don't, what I'm saying? Like I literally had an appointment. It wasn't no disrespect. Like I literally had an appointment. So Lord Cognito, I finished my appointment, but as a man of my word, my feet were hurting. I wanted to go home. I said, let me go over to this Faeland booth and let me see. That was probably the highlight of my Sunday. Like the game, absolutely amazing. You know what it looks like? It's remember Zelda 2 when they attempted to go side scrolling?
Yeah.
All right. So it has that feel, but with way better animation, full RPG mechanics, story, the whole bit, towns. And it looked phenomenal. And I'm like, yo, this game is crazy. So shout out to, I want to give him a shout out, Carlos Gonzalez, the game dev, my boy Milko Gervet, from the narrative team. It's going to all platforms. I believe they have a Kickstarter jumping off April 17th. So in 2 days, go to tailgames.com. The game looks phenomenal, y'all. I will definitely, this is probably one of the first Kickstarters. I'm like, yo, I want this game to come out because they definitely said they're bringing it to Switch. This looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's the only reason why he's sitting there telling you, it's the highlight of the universe.
I said, if this is Switch, I got my money.
his strong arming of devs and asking them, and he gets to the point, what engine, whatever. What is this? Switch, dog.
Yes.
And the guy goes, yes, it's Switch. And he goes, my man. He hit him with the, my man. And I'm like, what if the dude say, nah, we ain't, Switch ain't there. He don't get him, my man. Like, he don't get him, my man. Like, there was no my man giving out if he said
if he said we don't have anything to talk about the Switch right now, the first thing he says, but you think it's gonna come out.
Yo, he was steering the narrative. Lord Addict can tell you he was steering the narrative.
You might as
towards
well.
this
You
Switch.
might as well have been a Jehovah Witness for the Switch last week.
Yeah, yo, I thought that he was gonna be wearing a Nintendo Switch shirt with the hat, with the Mario hat, with the eyeballs on the top, because the way he was pushing the Switch on people.
I was pushing the narrative hard.
But the thing is, you know what it is? A lot of those games, a lot of them are smaller games, right? Indie games, like that's where they get their shine. That's where they get their showcase. So obviously, those games can run on the Switch. So.
Oh God! Yo, I'm glad that Lord Starfield was not there because they tag teaming up this.
We'd have been a tag team song.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The thing was though, like it was cool to kind of get them to break protocol sometimes and you tell me that it is eventually coming. You know what I'm saying?
The dude from the Sinners low-key told us it was coming out.
Yeah, so I was like, my man. That's what King is talking about. I hit you with the my man.
Yo, listen to all those interviews. When he says, "Is it coming out for the Switch?" Listen to every last one of them. I'm not joking. If the dude says yes or the female says yes, my man, it's on it. And he sounds just like Denzel Washington in Training Day.
Oh my God, it was funny, man.
My man.
Had a fantastic time, Sob. You got to come back. Also, King, we got to shout your boy from Fox and Forest, man.
Oh,
Rupert. Remember Rupert?
Rupert. Yeah. Yo, he has retweeted everything. Yo, Rupert, I know you watching. I know for a fact. You know, hit that like button, Rupert. I know for a fact.
Let's go, Rupert. Like the podcast.
Rupert and Carlos. Shout out to Rupert and Carlos for the most enthusiastic, fantastic dudes.
Carlos like the podcast.
On my pack.
Yeah, Carlos, man. Shout out to him for Heinrich. That's one of the dads from Heinrich. Fantastic.
It was beautiful. It's like one of the main. I love Passion. I love anybody that's about that stuff. I love it.
Absolutely. What'd you say, Addict?
He seemed like one of the main devs for that game too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
And that's the thing, Saul, about PAX. It's like a lot of these games you're going to see for the first time. So it's a different level of passion. It almost feels like, yo, check out my mixtape, son. I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you get to see them and they putting on their, you know, your boss will say hit the like button for Rupert, y'all. So yeah, Fox and Forest. But it's just really cool because you're getting to see these games for the first time. And shout out to Lord Inferno. He actually told me, he's like, yo, man, I'm telling you, you're gonna like PAX a little better than E3. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? And I have to admit, there's some aspects to it that I really like. Now we're gonna see how E3 goes, you know, this year. Obviously, it was a different scenario. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, fantastic show.
So you guys, I know you saw a lot of stuff. Like any gamer shows, like any consensus gamer shows on stuff, like anything you felt really stood above and beyond everything else.
Whew. I'll let the other lords answer.
All right, I'm gonna give you my game.
Give me a game.
I thought was probably the game that you must own. Right? That's State of Decay. It from a button down standpoint of a game from top to bottom, it was locked in. Like it was locked in. It checked every box. It checked your friends. It checked building. It checked you could be sneaky, stealth mode. It had a day-night cycle.
Yes. Forgot about that.
It checked permadeath for those people that need that hard pause. It tells you like you can play it casual or you can play it in depth.
Yes.
So it hit every criteria that I asked for a game. Like it's other games there that had certain aspects of those criteria hit, but didn't hit all of them. That's the only game, and I'm not saying it because they took me out to eat and they brought me clothes.
You're not saying because you've been bought off.
I'm not saying because of that, you know. But what I am saying, what I would say, not because they all followed me after this, but what I would say is, 100% though. Price wise too. Yeah. $49.
Yeah.
You get to play it 4 days early.
Can't move it up.
That's $10 a day, and then you get the other $10 for the free stuff.
Yeah, he gonna kick. I mean, he muted himself.
No, that's mine. That's
Okay.
who,
No, you
Addict
cut
now?
out for a second. Okay.
No, I'm
Oh,
still
I'm
here.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, Addict, what was your PAX game of the show? Narrow it down to one.
It would probably be that fell game.
Fell seal.
Wow.
Woo! Wow, the dev is loving you right there. Okay, yeah, that's what's up. Wow, this is tough. My two finalists is probably gonna come down to see, I don't want to count. I don't count State of Decay because I already know. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew,
Yeah.
I knew that from last year. You know what I'm saying?
But I didn't know like this though.
I feel you. So for me, no disrespect to the K, I already knew that's a go. That was already on the list. I told the devs like last year I was disappointed when it got delayed because that was my personal E3 game for last year. So when they pushed it back, I'm like, all right. So for me, I gotta go Code Vein because I don't like Dark Souls games. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kid Smooth, shout out to Jazz77, shout out to Addict when we was all there playing, and I'm watching them and I'm like, I would play this. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the difference. Like Bloodborne and all that, I'm not into it. And I think it's just more of a I was explaining this to Solve. Like I don't like the atmosphere. Like everything is very drab, the colors are dark. Like Code Vein is the opposite. Code Vein is bright, it's anime style, it's just a very colorful world on top of not cutesy though, but like anime style. You know what I'm saying? So that is the sell. And then you throw co-op, it's over. You know I'm a sucker for co-op. So at that point, I was like, this is day one. So Code Vein surprised me in that sense. I didn't think how I would like it like that. And graphically, I can't wait to see how that's going to look on the X. That's going to look phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So that's my joint right there. So any real question before we move on, Sav? We answered your
No, man. Like
interview?
it just, I mean, again, like I can't wait to be there next year because I know that the whole aspect of the whole thing about PAX has always been more friendly in terms of like getting to talk to devs, being like they're really amped to talk to you. Whereas in E3, it just seems like everybody's running back and forth doing their own thing. Everybody's has shows scheduled and this, that, and
We
the other.
wasn't media though at E3
Exactly.
though.
True, that's a difference. We got to see how that goes.
It's a difference when you walk up at that badge in the eyeballs because they look at your badge. And,
and nothing else.
Yo,
Right?
the funniest thing is real quick. It is real quick. Lord Addict in his first VR experience, I was happy that I was there for his VR experience. Listen, I went off site day one to do Oculus. I got to give a shout out to Oculus. Oculus had a whole party for me because it felt like I was the show, to be honest with you, because there really was nobody there.
Shout out to Oculus.
Yeah, because listen, Lord Cognito got the email and it was like, we have the Oculus party, come through. They had no food, but they had drinks there, right? So
And King will subtract points if you ain't got food at your
like if your joint ain't right, I don't even eat meat, but let me tell you something. You better have meat there for people that do eat meat. And
right, Lord,
it was non-cipher when it came to the food situation. They was anemic. They was like they was trying to kill you. All right, but the games that they had on display at the Oculus joint, it was so much fun. They had a lot of games there. I can't go into these games because there's a non-disclosure agreement when it comes to a lot of these games. And I will have to go through my notes to tell you exactly which games I can talk about. There's probably only 2 games I can talk about. And I know for a fact that it's Paper Planes, which is great. That's a great game. It's $19.99. It's probably on Steam right now. But these games, it was fun. It was a nice controlled environment. It felt like a Nintendo event. It was very sterile, very, did you like it? Or are you here? Are you here? Are you here? All right. Yeah. All right. So I got there and I left. Got to Lord Addict and he got his first VR experience going.
Yeah. Was it Crazy Machines VR?
It's called Crazy Machines VR, right? It was little Timmy was standing on this line. He probably been standing on this line for half an hour to get to this game. We show up with media and we played Fox and Friends first. They said, yo, do you want soda? You want soda? You want a bagel? We got food for y'all, right? In the little section for the devs. Then they saw the badges. They was like, okay, the badge. Oh. And Lord Cognito, let me snap this thumbnail for the YouTube. The dude said, Yo, so once he did that, and then he sees me setting up, I said, okay, we're gonna go live on the Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Periscope. Little Timmy was waiting on the line for half an hour. If they didn't slide Little Timmy to the side and say, "You have to step away right now," because they have to.
He was putting on the helmet.
He was putting on the headset.
Yo,
I felt bad.
he was doing this, and they was doing this.
Oh, sorry.
And they put Lord Addict in the machine, and little Timmy, heartbroken self, was moved to the side, and his father could not say anything but explain to little Timmy how you're not media and your badge does not do that.
Oh my God!
Your badge is only
And
gets you this far.
Badge is not
I felt heartbroken.
I felt bad.
Timmy
I felt bad.
at
That's the
that
first
point.
time,
Little Timmy.
Yeah, because we were
But then-
we were like, damn, like they just moving people.
Moved him out the way. Get out of here, little Timmy.
Your game is
Get outta
over.
here.
Like I was
He
like,
got
damn.
promotion. But it easily went away once I saw how much fun Addict was having inside the VR world.
They let little
Addict-
Timmy come back though.
They let there's a more to the
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
They let
he-
little Timmy come back. We made sure little Timmy got his shine.
And
when we
get in there,
he got to the front of the line.
exactly.
My question to Addict is, I never asked Addict this at the show. I never asked him this at the show. I never asked him even when we got back to the house. I
Mhm.
never asked him anything. Shout out to Lord Cognito for booking the nice house with the bathtub.
with the bad tub. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what was
How
your
did
question?
you like that VR?
Yeah, what was your
How
with the
did
VR,
like
Addict?
it? You never said anything.
Yeah, which is usually a good
No.
sign when you don't say
There
nothing.
is a reason for that.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I want to know because it looked like you was having fun inside, and I want to know like your real opinion of it. Because for somebody that's never touched it and that was your first time, my curiosity is just killing me.
It was a good first experience for VR.
Nice, nice.
And I wasn't gonna
That's
say
it.
that like because I didn't want to hear the entire rest of the whole packs. But every time we come by something VR, hey Addict, why don't you play that? And like you can ask them like when they were like, oh, we have a VR game there. I thought that was D. I was like, okay, I don't have to play that nonsense because they were making me play everything.
Yeah.
I don't have to play that nonsense. And D
Difficult
was like,
game conqueror.
and D was like, put that Oculus on. I'm like, I looked at him with the most serious face. I'm like, I
It
ain't
was
playing that,
funny
dude.
as hell.
He did his thing, man. And shout out to Addict,
Yeah.
man, because he was like the difficult game conquerors in the building. We had him on VR. We had him on PC. He made that Death Garden video go viral. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever Death Guard, I knew nothing about it as a PC game. We had an appointment with those guys, and yeah, man, people really want to know. So just to see, Addict do his thing, people get an idea of what this game is. Apparently, it's a very high anticipated game for people been waiting for a long
You
time.
could have fooled me.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I had no idea it had a following like that.
I just looked at it. I said it looked cool. I added it to our itinerary, and it actually blew up as one of our biggest videos on ILP. So shout out to Addict for that one, man. Great PC skills. You know what I'm saying? But that's it.
No,
We
those
got
PC skills are trash.
No, you did your thing. You did your thing, man. You did your thing.
I'm surprised.
It looked good
Like
to me.
for everyone I killed, they should not be allowed to play games ever again.
You was murking them. You was murking them, man. You was doing your thing, man. So we gonna move on. We got a lot of topics to finish up real quick. So Lord Addict, you are up. Talk about the effect of Dark Souls. What's going on? What's your topic?
I feel like there's been a lot of times in gaming to where something's been jump started or I feel like the strategy genre right now is in that dire need where they need a jump start. That RTS genre because they don't really get a whole lot of love, especially on consoles. On PC, they do have a lot more options, but it's very far in between. I feel like a lot of people don't give Dark Souls the credit that it deserves because it not only did it like start a new genre, because I do believe the Dark Souls genre is its own genre. Because they built onto it, and before you know it, like it went from something a lot of people like to selling millions of copies. Any kind of clone of Dark Souls does very well. Look at Bloodborne. Bloodborne wouldn't be around if it wasn't for how successful Demon Souls and Dark Souls would.
Facts. Yeah. So just your question in reference to the effect of it, or just like
my question is like, do you think that Dark Souls had an impact, or do you think it a lot of people don't think it created its own genre. They just expanded on a genre that was currently there. But I couldn't tell you, like, before Dark Souls and Demon Souls, I couldn't tell you of another franchise that did what it did.
Yeah. Guess off. I'm gonna let you jump in on this.
I mean, I think Demon Souls and Dark Souls. I think what happened was that they're the ones that kind of caught on, right? They're the ones that the zeitgeist caught on to them, and they were like, "Wait a minute, there's something really special about these games, like the way the world folds in on itself and everything is interconnected." And it was just one of those things where people hadn't seen something like that in so long, and then it was, even though those games were, were kind of rough around the edges when they came out, they were polished enough where the ideas that they got introduced in, like, Kingsfield, in Armored Core, like all of the old From Software games, all of those ideas were refined enough in in Demon Souls and Dark Souls where it finally caught on with everybody. And it just caught fire. So those games became like the zeitgeist around it. So yeah, did they come from a lineage of games that kind of started at doing that stuff way before? Yeah. But they do deserve credit because they were the ones that brought it to the mainstream.
You know how I knew that it was real? Like, that this effect was real is what Zelda copied it.
Yeah.
Like Zelda, I think now, like when you look at like what God of War is doing, exactly, like everything plays upon that because people want more depth in their fighting, period. Like regardless of how you feel about how difficult the game is and how you want to play those type of games or not play them. I think everybody wants more depth in their fighting games. They want that you're gonna need to block, you're gonna need to dodge, you're gonna need to parry, you're gonna need to do all this stuff. It makes you more invested in the game. I think.
And also it also gives that sense of accomplishment, right? Because when you beat a very difficult boss, you felt like you've been through something. You know what I'm saying? And shout out the kid, you know what I'm saying? He got the Bloodborne stream done. And you know what I'm saying?
I was dead asleep when I heard his ass scream out loud.
Yeah, he was in the house of the Lord. Shout out the kid, he's in the house of the Lord.
He talk about I didn't want to wake King up. I really didn't care. You could have woke me up, and I heard him scream, "Ah!" Like he was dying. I was just making sure nobody was inside the house murdering these dudes because my door was locked. So I listened. I was like, okay, he's not murdering nobody. Nobody's murdering him. All right, cool. All right, you understand? But I don't think those. Okay, let me say, there's been difficult games before this, right? But the perspective that they took the game in is the ratio of the character to the screen, right? They give you enough field of the screen to show you how you can move left or right, back or forward, right? So this way you're moving in omnidirectional plane and attacking the character. So you can attack the character from left, right, and rear when they lunge at you, move to the side. Those games are so damn hard for me. That werewolf in the beginning, somebody told me about the werewolf in the beginning was killing them of the Bloodborne and playing Bloodborne, right? When you first start the game. I never knew that you could run out. I never knew that you could run out and leave him. Okay. But I found that out now, so I can go back and play my game because I have Bloodborne. And I brought it because I'm a fan of exclusive IPs. If your system has these exclusive IPs, I'm going to purchase. Now, when they did the Dark Souls thing, it didn't really talk to me. I played Kingsfield before. I don't view them as the same type of game. All right. I don't view them as that. I view these games as hack and slash, block and punch type of games where you use potions to heal yourself every time you get bust upside your head. But when I'm watching Addict, and this is the turn for me that I saw at PAX, they're adding to it.
Yes.
It is a subgenre now that is turned into a main genre, and they're taking things to find out how we can mainstream this very difficult niche genre.
Yes,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
And that Cold Vein.
Yes,
it's probably the game I think that's in the direction of getting that part right. All right, I need help. All right. So
Yeah.
if I can add 2 people with me and I have an AI character for backup, I'm gonna buy this game because I'm not playing.
I'm
I'm
not
not
going through that kid
screaming
smooth Lord Addict.
like kid smooth addict stuff. I'm not built for that.
Let me grab my
They
man.
built for that.
Yes.
All right. So I think Code Vein is going to show you how we can get this to the mainstream audience, because these games are selling on their own, but they wanted to sell Zelda numbers. Right. And I think Code Vein will probably be that game that starts that the precipitation of the bringing that water in to that downpour of this game, making it to the main stage.
Big time, big time. Real quick, I want to shout out Santober. We got some breaking news. Looks like Starfield has a high chance of being announced at Bethesda's E3 2018 showcase and releasing this fall. So that'll put the Elder Scroll rumors to rest. And it looks like Starfield, man, looks like they're gonna jump into the the frontier in space. What y'all feel about that? Bethesda showcase game.
Could how Mass Effect.
That's what I'm saying. But they got a shot, man. We all know Andromeda, fell on its face a little bit. So we're gonna see. What do you feel about that, King and Addict? King's not about it. You don't want Bethesda in space.
Whatever. They've been everywhere anyway. I will be at the show to find out. So maybe the game it'll be good. Bethesda, they're on a can't miss anyway. So whatever.
Addict, what do you feel about that, Starfield?
Addict woke up and said, "What?
What? Oh, sleep. Yeah, he back to sleep again.
No, I'm here. I just don't care.
Oh my god. Anyway, moving along. So so pretty much with the I agree with King's point as far as the the genre, as far as Souls Effect. I think it's a winning formula. I mean, just to incorporate it into your game, make bosses challenging, add a little bit of depth to the game. You see the wave is starting to create. What was that game? Addict Sinners Redemption. I've seen Kid. Sinner's Sacrifice. We've seen Code Vein has it. We've seen Ashen now. The genre is picking up. Shout out to Dizzy in the chat.
Kingdom Come also. Kingdom
Come. Kingdom Come. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dizzy, like he made it. That's the copy genre now. Like it's the Souls, it's the Battle Royal, you know what I'm saying? Like this is the new wave now. So I think we're gonna see more of it.
My man Rand, what's good, baby?
You know what I'm saying? Rand, what's up, baby?
I want to say this. I don't want y'all to think I'll be singling anybody out. It's just I look inside the chat sometimes and I look over. If nobody adds me, I really don't look at it. But I see people and I see like Brad, I see Cal, and I see people and I'm just be like, yo, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You understand? So, Rand, what's up? I wanted to tell you anyway. I wanted to hit you up and let you know that I've been loving your videos lately.
Yeah, Rand's on fire right now. He's been killing. Shout out to Cal too, man. Killing it with the vids in the podcast last night. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it is. I think Addict is right. I think the Souls effect is definitely going on in the industry right now. We're going to see more of it, and like you said, we already co-signed Code Vein, and that has an implement of it. So we're gonna see. So Lord King, you got some mid-generation, maybe PS5. What's going on, man?
All right, so everybody is talking about this PS5 and is it going to be the end all be all, because they need it to be the end all be all, right? Every time it's going to come out, it got to be the new system is the latest, the greatest. What the chipset has to be
open world survival battle royale Souls game. I'm done.
I did think so.
You everybody's talking about the PlayStation 5, right? And rightly so. These spec leaks that's out here, are they real? Are they fake? Most of the time, some of the stuff is real. A Ryzen 7 chip, maybe, or a hybrid Ryzen chip that's inside the system. Okay, great. Custom API in there and custom GPU inside. Okay, of course. We know the stuff was coming. Backwardly compatible is not true. I don't believe so. I believe that is diametrically opposed to their philosophy in that company. All right.
What if they keep the AMD chipset though? If they keep AMD, then
they have been always known to squeeze a dollar out of you. So I don't think that, and I don't think it starts now.
Mhm.
They didn't lose.
Right.
They're winning by
Right.
not giving you back Compat. They told you to your face, nobody cares about that.
Mhm.
And they're showing you like I'm winning. I told you, so shut up. Why would they go back on that? It doesn't make any sense at
So
all.
you're saying with the double
At
and dine
all.
with the Gaikai and things of that nature, like the streaming.
Yeah, they're gonna go. They're gonna double down on what they're doing. They're talking about VR. VR has probably made them some pretty large chunk of change, and they're seeing it go in that direction because there was a lot of VR games there. So it being baked into the system, I believe so.
Mhm.
But my question is not even about the system. We know the system is inevitable.
Right.
All
Absolutely.
that, systems are dying. That crap is a lie. All right,
Mhm.
it's a fallacy. But they're talking about this year, next year.
Mm.
In my opinion,
Mhm.
if they come out so early after launching other $500 system, $400, $475 system,
Being the pro.
and not supporting it all the way through to its death,
Mhm.
do they go the way of the 32X, the Sega CD, the Atari Jaguar? Are
Mhm.
they overstepping their bounds? Or is this hubris coming into a company who has sold 70-something million
Mm.
in a blink of an eye?
Mm.
And do they feel that you'll buy anything or you're their fool to launch a system right so closely after they just finished dropping the Pro? How do you feel
Mm.
about this?
Mm. I want Addict to solve on this.
Who's gonna jump in
Solve
first?
it. Jump it.
Well, I mean, in terms of the hubris, like we said in the past, if conspiracy theories are true, it's their turn to mess up, right?
You're funny.
It's their turn to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. So
Uh-huh.
I mean, who knows? Anything can happen.
Mhm.
But in terms of like the system coming out so soon after Pro came out 2016. Like
Yeah.
I don't see this system coming out any earlier than 2020. I just really don't. It
Mm.
doesn't make any sense to me that they would. They have no reason to rush the system out, right? They want to make the system as powerful as possible while keeping the price low. I think their thinking would be, let's try to give the most powerful system we can give them at $400, which is going to be tough.
Right.
I think Microsoft, with the success they've had with the X, I think they're willing to give you a $500 system and not worry too
Mhm.
much about the blowback they'd get
Mhm.
about price point and stuff like that. So I think they may try to hold out as long as they possibly can. I mean, with the setup that's being sort of leaked, it's an 8-core Zen CPU. They're
Right.
talking about a Navi GPU that has been sort of, I guess, benchmarked to sort of mirror 1080 Ti performance or
Mhm.
1080 performance.
Mhm.
So you're looking at a system that can guarantee you 1080p 60 and hopefully guarantee you 4K 60, but that's
Well,
one
at
of
this
those things.
point, Saul, we have to admit the issues right now just is really CPU. I mean,
It is.
that's what's
It
holding
is a
the consoles
CPU
back.
thing.
Everything
It
is
is a
CPU
power thing.
bound. That's what's preventing. I mean, we had the
Right.
whole Destiny fiasco with the Pro and the X, and these
Mhm.
are the reasons why Destiny 2 couldn't do what it did on PC. So that
That's what
has
they
to
say.
be a focus. The question
It
I have,
should.
I have for you, based on what King's double down on King saying, is like, let's talk about time frame, right? Shout out to the chat, shout out to Brad in the chat, and Cal. As far as like 2019 versus 2020, where you at with that as far as that time frame of when they should release?
I think the Switch has shown that you don't have to release a console in November.
Mhm.
I think you can release it anytime
Yeah.
during the year. Like you
Okay.
can release it early in the year. So I see two scenarios. I
Mhm.
see, the traditional scenario would be announce early 2020
Mhm.
and launch late 2020, or announce PSX late 2019 and
Mhm.
release first quarter 2020. Either
Yeah.
way, it's a 2020 release for me. It just
Mm.
depends whether it's early in the year or late in the year.
Right. Yeah, I think it'd be a mistake, man. I think it'd be a mistake to drop in 2019. I just don't, my gut says they can announce. I can see them maybe announcing, you know what I'm saying, that in that respect. But again, they got this tremendous momentum, right? They are crushing it right now. As far as system sale, the first party is in a spectacular space. We'll get into the God of War topic soon. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they're killing it. So at this point, there's no rush to jump out. Now, the next question I have, and I'm gonna bring this to Addict if he's still around, if Addict's not sleeping. Okay, is that I need to know when they decide to launch this PS5, because it's inevitable. Like King is saying, it's inevitable.
Yep.
What does Microsoft do? Do they now wait for PS5 to have a year in the market or time in the market to themselves? I think that would be a mistake. Or do they launch day and date or in year at the same time? Addict, what do you feel about that?
They'd have to launch neither the day of or before. Like right now, it'd be different if they were the market leader and they had all the hype going into next generation, because they could still recover from that year. It'd be harder, but they could recover from that year. Right now, what we're looking at,
besides some you eating stuff,
right now what we're looking at is we're just looking at if they did that, what would happen. One thing is, do you think people would wait a year for the next Xbox console? It would be different if they can't afford that. If Xbox had been dropping heat the last couple years and they were just down because of the console, because they left the fence, they left the gate late, that'd be one thing. But we're not really haven't left this generation. I mean, Xbox hasn't left the generation yet with good content. Let's be real here. Like the State of Decay is the first decent looking game they've had in a minute. And Sea of Thieves, regardless how you feel about Sea of Thieves, it did get a lot of negative publicity. You want that publicity where the positive heavily outweighs the negative. And that's the kind of games they would need to be able to wait a year after launch, and they don't have it. They just don't.
Yeah, I mean the rest.
I think this is the year of the heat, though. I don't care what. Shout out to Phil.
I certainly hope, and Phil said it. I mean, you don't really hear Phil make statements like this a lot, but he said it. He's like, Xbox fans deserve better first party support, and specifically in response to what people have been saying about God of War. He said Xbox fans deserve this.
Yeah, shout out to Randy. Just put out a video. Obviously, the streets went on fire. I mean, if you saw Ryan McCaffrey's tweet, I don't know if anybody got a chance to see it. And he's pretty much saying since the God of War thing, Xbox fans have been clamoring for a first-party masterpiece exclusive like that. And basically, he didn't even direct it at Phil. Phil actually just responded. And he was just like, how long do you think these guys it will come? And basically, Ryan McCaffrey's saying is like, look, that thing kind of took about 10 years since the PS3 era for them to develop that level of quality of a game that came out eventually in this generation, and that it would take Microsoft the same amount of time, which is probably being cooked up or it's in the works now. That basically what he's saying, most likely we're not getting that this generation. You know what I'm saying? So the reality is those kind of masterpiece games,
it'll be at the very end of the generation.
Right.
Crackdown.
Right.
Crackdown.
Game of the generation. Crackdown.
Definitely that good.
What they need to do,
I'm wrong. Go ahead.
is games that done really good. Not even really good commercially per se. Like games like Rise, they really need to try to get that because that has a name now. Yeah. They need to buy Cuphead. Because I feel like Cuphead, regardless,
Cuphead's not going anywhere. Like they're locked in. They're not going anywhere.
People want to be excited about new IP. I mean, it's not the same impact to get a 10 out of 10 Halo anymore.
They need to steal that same way that these dudes stole Dark Souls. They need to do Bloodborne. They need to do Gears of War Bloodborne.
They need an indie game.
Just the same way I'm about to go in on this stuff that's coming up next. You're gonna see what happens.
Here's the deal. Let's bleed this into your topics off. Yeah. Obviously, we know what's going on with God of War right now. Yeah. See the reviews. It's going crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our boy Lord Jacobus out there doing the mocap. You know what I'm saying? Corey and the dudes. You know what I'm saying? Everything is spectacular.
Bend the knee for that dude.
Bend the knee, man. He gotta put his work.
He worked hard for that.
Absolutely. He's a true gamer. Definitely shout him out. So it's like we've seen what's going on. We've seen that effect. And I'm just gonna jump in on it because me personally, we just gotta call a spade a spade. I just don't think this generation, even if those titles are cooking up for Microsoft, and Phil has, I hope he surprised me and proves me wrong this year, but I don't think those titles will be ready for this generation. Let's just call this generation what it is. This is the L. You know what I'm saying? This is now you gotta recoup.
But 6 win 40 million is an L though. That's crazy.
I hear what you're saying, King.
Crazy. I wish my Dreamcast sold 40 million.
You are correct. You are correct. It's the equivalent of
a relative thing.
Yeah, it's like you know, you got this one artist, you know, and he's going gold every time, and then you got Drake.
You know, got Drake. Like, that's busting out summers.
PlayStation is Drake. That's just what it is.
Oh, you calling us Meek Mill?
Right. I'm just saying they're gold, but they're not.
Just because he going back to back with Meek Mill.
On his face was real.
Listen, it's not an L financially. They're not in shambles. I'm just talking about from a competitive standpoint. For this generation, this is an L. All I'm saying is for next gen, they can now retool, reload. You're cooking up the studios, Phil. They've got the hardware down. They've got the services down. You've got the game. Yo, they're killing you to Meek Mill comment, right? But it's like, to me, I think those next titles, like a Fable or all the stuff that they're cooking.
No, you know what it is, and I'm gonna stop this narrative right now.
Let's go.
Stop the narrative.
Let's get it.
Because the narrative that people are doing right now, this is crap. This is what happens when you beat a dude down. This is what happens. This is the after. This is what happens when you smash somebody's mouth in. And what Xbox did with 360, they beat that PlayStation to a bloody pulp. You know it. I know it. They was the Meek Mills of the situation. And all of a sudden, they want to reinvent themselves. No. What they did was, because they wasn't buying no games last generation, because all they had was The Last of Us. The last of y'all.
They came back. They came back.
No, they saved their money. They saved their money. They saved their money. They said as soon as that PlayStation 4 come out, we all buying it. They all got together and they sat in the corner and they waited for the launch, right? They waited. And when the launch happened, every time a PlayStation was up for sale, they purchased it.
Right.
Listen, you Xbox heads who got your head beat in, because right now the ring-a-ding-ding is going down right now. Your legs are not working, and ring-a-ding-ding is going down right now. Right now, you on that one knee and you looking up, and he's about to curb stomp you. All right, this is what's happening right now. Save your money. Day and day, you'll feel. Do not let the PlayStation get a second out that door. That 5 get out that door.
They can't.
Day and day. That the Xbox comes out the same day with the same specs or greater specs. I don't care how you do it. You make sure you do it. I'm down with you.
It can't be the same specs. It can't be the same specs. It has.
It can't be. Or it gotta be. It gotta launch with Halo. It gotta launch with Halo. It gotta launch with Halo.
I think
come out with Halo.
I think that's the biggest thing. They can even afford to come out even weaker next gen. What they can't do is they can't afford to come out with being more. Having no real first party titles on launch and having the weaker system altogether. They can't do all three.
Well, I think from the narrative standpoint, I think they've learned their lesson as far as the hardware. We feel that they've gotten that down. The X is a fantastic piece of hardware. We can't knock that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's got to be that those games they've been working on have to be available for this next gen system. And like King said, the system has to come out the same year as PS5. They cannot afford to let Sony be in the market a year earlier, in my opinion, based on the state of things. Even though 40 million is not an L, I'm just saying in terms of competitive market leader relevance, they will get hammered if they wait a year past that. It won't even be relevant at that point.
When you got that VR baked in, you already know. First of all, I got the VR unbaked. I got the unbaked VR.
I see someone in the comment section saying that I don't think a new IP is good enough. Like they gotta have a recognizable game.
Halo.
Yeah,
well, I don't care what. You gotta have the real Master Chief. It gotta be the real Master Chief. It gotta be the real one. Not this joint that happened right now. It gotta be the kick-ass Master Chief.
I don't even think Halo's enough. I think it has to be new IP stuff that you never seen, because let's be real, 360, the reason why 360 did what it did is we all know when we saw that Mad World trailer, remember, man, You saw Gears for the first. You've never seen anything like that before. I was like,
but
wow.
Gears didn't come out day and day.
No, but at the same time, but these
See,
are
that's what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about day and day.
Okay, you talking
know
about
they're
the new?
gonna
Okay, I
have
see where you're going.
IPs. Yeah, right. I'm just talking about. Okay, the message can't be flubbed.
Facts.
The message was flubbed. They was talking about TVs and all this other crap, and people was all messed up. And you know, we have a clear vision now, to be honest with you, and he has got the narrative down. He's got the power aspect down. He has been smart enough about taking away certain things and allowing things to happen.
Right.
And a real boss builds bridges, not walls. Okay? And when Gears, God of War had its accolades, anytime that PlayStation has got any form of accolades, he has extended his olive branch to the point of, yo, congratulations on that. You know, stop all the fanboy narrative. That part has to be moved to the side because it's about games. That's what we're about. We're about games. All right. I'm getting it on Switch. I may bag on Switch. I got a Switch. I could bag on it. All right. I bag on Xbox too. Sea of Thieves. If you by yourself, it's Sea of all right. So you really gotta understand. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there. You gotta keep it 100%. And you know, I mean, y'all may think that all I play is PUBG because I'm on with Monkey Punch and these dudes. We be getting in it. It's just so much fun. I'm just with the team. It's just so much fun. But you have to understand that it's going to take more than what they were giving at the beginning of this generation, which was uncertainty, underpowered, and forcing you to get a connect. There's no connect there. There's no uncertainty, and I don't believe that we will be underpowered. And I say we because my blood is green, because my team is on this side. Let my team go over to PlayStation. I'm be saying we over there.
I feel you, man. Yo, Boss Moves is savage. He said Phil needs us to give us the Kraken Body DLC for C&D. I'm dead.
Kraken Body.
Yo, you know what? Boss Moves? You're not lying. You're telling the truth.
I'm dead with
That's
you,
the
Boss
truth.
Moves.
And like you need a jump button in that
chat.
God of War too. Get a jump button.
Listen, at the end of the day,
that's
you know
the DLC for y'all. The jump button.
You stupid. To King's question, man. I think it is coming. I think Microsoft has to act. I think they're in position though. I do think that they will not make that mistake. And like Phil's tweet was saying, which was kind of like, look, services took time. You know, the hardware took time. You know what I'm saying? First, it's going to take time. So when I hear stuff like that, I brace myself to say, okay, I'm expecting to see more things probably for the future this E3. As opposed to, oh, this is going to be right now. I don't expect to see Fable released this year. You know what I mean? A lot of this stuff that I think that's going to be announced, and even on the PlayStation side, like shout out to the chat, you know, Ghost of Tsushima, a lot of this stuff I think is going to be PlayStation 5 stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Last of Us, that ain't coming out for this one.
That's not coming out. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I feel that a lot of this stuff, we are now prepping ourselves for the next major
I think the only game that might come out for this gen is that Ghost, the one for Sucker Punch. That's all.
I don't even know.
No way Last of Us 2 comes out for this.
I would think, but see, I would think that they have Days Gone come out and separate it completely from The Last of Us 2 and Tsushima and Last of Us 2.
Oh, I forgot about Days Gone.
Yeah, get pushed out more towards the PS5. They'll both come out for PS4, but I think those are cross-gen, cross-platform games. Like I think. Imagine a PS5 launching with Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. Like, imagine that.
Yeah, shout out to Tober. He's saying he thinks Last of Us is still more likely for PS4. He still thinks it's coming. We'll see.
Oh yeah,
Pro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, we wrap this thing up. We got last topic, and obviously we'll just braze through this real quick.
We didn't even talk about God of War.
Oh, my bad.
We got into hardware. Look, real quick, I just want to say this. I know Addict put up a great video talking about like games that get perfect 10s and stuff like that, and that's a great video, and I like his perspective on it. I don't think games. Honestly,
though, is there?
What happened? What was it?
I said there's a butt in that sentence, though, isn't there?
I got that, but I'm waiting for him to talk about it so I can give y'all the real.
My feeling is this: I don't. number reviews, man. Like I'd rather somebody say like Eurogamer how they do. Well, they talk about the game, they talk about what they like, what they don't like. At the end, they're like, we recommend this game, we highly recommend this game.
Right.
Number reviews, man, that's so subjective.
Yeah, I don't get caught up with it.
It gets all crazy.
Yeah.
But looking at the reviews, like if you look at Metacritic, it's sitting at 95 right now.
Insane.
It has 27 100 reviews.
Insane.
27. So I mean, from that, whether you hate, whether you love, whatever, you can glean that most people think the game is a quality game and you should play it, right?
Right.
And my feeling is this: look, dude, if you hating, if you just hating and you don't want to see that,
no, I can't.
No, actually, no. I already pre-ordered mine.
Yeah, King's getting it.
I already pre-ordered mine.
I'm trying to start trouble.
Yo, listen, he ain't start no trouble over here. My joint pre-ordered. Listen, I will be playing my PlayStation. Listen, I got a lot of games for PlayStation. I really want to get down and play. But my fun friends is over here on Xbox. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna use the app that Xbox has that you can be in game chat on this side, and I can play my PlayStation on that side because I can't miss out on my
Xbox 360
dudes
lover
over there.
01, y'all.
That's right. Shout out to me. Get over there, see me over
Shout
there.
out to him.
I'm gonna tell you this. When they allow us to be in cross chat on the same systems and all that stuff, that's gonna be a wonderful day. When those doors open up and we can frolic in other people's worlds and have all the fun. But until then, I'm gonna be playing on this side over here because that's where my boys is at. They can send me messages and all that other stuff. Yeah. Hey, listen, yo, I want you to add me, so because y'all probably think I'm joking right now. Xbox 360 Lover 01. All right?
Oh,
I'm the first one over there.
That means that somebody else had one too. That's funny.
That's right.
That's funny. But yeah, just basically what you're saying. I mean, I agree. Listen, I'm with you, Soft. God of War look like it's mean out here. I told Addict. I told him.
It's Gears of War, man, without guns.
They out here doing The Last of Us, and that's the formula. And Addict was hating, and I said, "Yo, I like the direction." You know what I'm saying? I like the direction. I like that cinematic approach. And I remember seeing the video, and I heard "boy," and I was in, and I was like, I already know what's going down. So
I thought it was going to sell anyway.
I knew it was going to sell. Did I think it was going to get this type of critical response? No. But I'm there day and date, and I'm just like you. So I'm like, I don't get caught up with the hyperbole of tens. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. This reminds me of when Zelda came out, right? And everybody's like, yeah, 10, yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. Until I play it, because I'm the harshest critic. I'm the guy that's going to go against the grain when everybody else is sweating it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to see what it is. So when I threw that Zelda on, I was like, yo, he could do anything. Like this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I was completely engrossed. So now I gotta see if this really, you know what I'm saying, hit it. To me, the number means nothing. I think the thing that we got to be careful right now, what I'm seeing out here in these gaming streets, is that shout out to my Sony crew. I love y'all. But it's like I'm noticing a lot of throw it in the face of the Xbox dudes now. You notice that? Like, it's like, yeah.
Y'all got Gears of War without guns.
All right. I'm just like, dude, at the end of the day, if you're a multi-console owner, you have everything. It doesn't matter. But even if you're not, it's like, why can't you just enjoy that this is a great
You want to play God of War and you got Xbox?
Yeah.
You want to play God of War right now? Go right now.
Go get
Gears of War 4.
Oh my God, you're
Gears
savage.
of War 4.
You're savage.
They don't have a jump button either, right? And it's mad cinema graphics.
You're savage. I'm not even
it has HDR. It has all that. It don't have a jump button either, right? It's cover based. It chainsaw. Get this bow. You know,
Windows 10.
Go get it. Go get it.
Boy,
Gears of War.
I want to hear
God of War. Gears of War.
Yep. I'll get caught up with the smoke. But now, real talk, just everybody just enjoy the game, man. Have fun. Don't be throwing it in nobody's face. You know
but like I was saying, like if you out there and you hating on it, and you let's say you're an Xbox guy and you just straight hating on it, Let it go, man.
Well, if
Let
not,
it
if you hate, like, if you
It's
don't
a
believe
low.
it, why don't you just go
It's
out
a
there
low.
and buy it and go
and
see?
buy it. Yeah, that's my
Because
thing.
That's
people
my
can't
thing.
buy it. Stop saying it like they can do it. Yo,
Exactly.
you know that's the
That's
problem.
what it is. That's
It's the
exactly
broke
what it
people
is.
hating. That's all it
Yeah.
is. The broke people hating. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
that game is
Because what's
garbage.
happened is,
'Cause
let's
they can't
call it for exact. I'm so glad you said, King, because at the end of the day, let's keep it a buck. A lot of people in all these console generations make a choice. You bet on a horse that you think is going to win because financially you say to yourself, you know what? I don't think it
I can
makes sense
only
to have.
afford one.
Yeah, to have two systems. I can only afford one. Which one do I think is the one for
Yo,
me that's going to be?
yo, Cognito.
What
Yo,
it is.
Cognito, I found out the real problem. They got old TVs with one HDMI slot. So
You're savage.
yo,
You're
they can't
savage.
afford to have two because they gotta be switching. So they was like, yo, we gonna pick one, and I think I'm gonna go with this PlayStation. And it's winning right now. So
It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be there day and date, man. We're gonna play this thing. Addict, real quick, so we can move on and solve real quick, so we can move on.
No,
Addict,
I
you
mean,
good?
What?
Talk about God of War.
Oh, it's cool.
All right, Addict. Sleep is kicking in. We got the last time.
No, it's not that. There's not really. I haven't played it. I can't really like. Oh, I'm not gonna like have an educated guess on other people's educated guesses on the
Right.
game.
So you're like me. You're like, yo, I'm
Yeah.
not paying attention to the stuff until you play it. I'm assuming.
fact.
Yeah, Addict, you the word. Cal sent you the word. All right, we'll move on. We'll breeze through. This will be the final time, and then we get out of here. All right. Inside Xbox went down, y'all. We all know the show. I don't know if anybody got a chance to catch it, but I'll just recap real quickly. Obviously, a ton of news was announced. We've got backward compatibility. Shout out to Bill Stillwell, man. That's my guy. He was out there and he had the
It
NHL.
looked nice, yo.
Yeah,
It looked nice. He had
it was,
the
NHL
jersey
94
on.
shirt and homage to the Lords. Yo, salute Bill Stillwell. I mean, I don't know what type of sorcery y'all working over there to get these games looking how these games are looking. But man, I mean, Red Dead Redemption, I fired it up this morning in 4K. Absolutely fantastic. You know, they had announced a couple of Xbox 360 more Xbox Enhanced titles. And then, of course, the Megaton was the OG Xbox games. So obviously, you know, we had the show and that kind of stuff going on. So two things I wanted to bring to the Lords. One, you know, about the backward compatibility stuff. How do we feel about it? And obviously, there's a narrative going on right now that maybe Microsoft was focusing a little bit too much on that. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing is obviously FanFest was announced. And we all know how we feel about FanFest. A lot of the Lords have gone to E3 because of FanFest. We have a new system now, you know, as far as how that's getting out there, how you get access to it. So let's start with Lord Addict. Let's get Lord Sleep woken up. And what do you feel about backward compatibility? And then what did you feel about the FanFest new setup, Lord Addict?
I don't care about backwards compatibility, but I really it's interesting how they're deciding to do the FanFest, though. I will say that.
Now, do you agree with it as opposed to the old system? Like now, because what we have now, we got like what is it, a 400 to 500 of the people will get to chance to go. 400 people will get a chance to go to FanFest, which is the whole shebang, right? You're getting the conference, you're getting the execs, the wine and dine, all the events, and then there's going to be 1,000 people who get a chance to actually go to the briefing, the Microsoft briefing only. So what do you feel about that new system?
I think I actually called that in an older ILP. I said that I bet you the reason that they're upgrading the venue like that has something to do with FanFest. And then they say they're letting 1,000 people in the conference. There's no coincidence in that.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt. So, and what I was gonna say about backward compatibility is a shout out to Gaming Perspective last night. I was on this show. Shout out to Undead, Eric Jackson, Raid Virus, the crew. You know what I'm saying? We was on the show last night. So my question is, like, a lot of people say, look, when they watch Inside Xbox, that the focus on backward compat was too long. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, is this now Microsoft's new joint because they don't got games to show? Like, what?
It's the new joint because they ain't got games. All right, so what? All right, so what? It's back compat. You wanted to play Red Dead, right? I see Red Dead. Red Dead look fantastic. Can you play Red Dead someplace else better than this? No. So why wouldn't we champion something like that? Listen, man, I'm not opposed to more games. They're talking about more games or giving you value for games that you had before that you can't play anymore. So what is the problem here? Like, what is the controversy when they say, yo, your joint can do more? Like, if you jumped in your car right now and you can go over water, would you be upset? Like, yo, come on, man. Microsoft just told you can go over water inside your vehicle. And you was like, nah, I don't want to go over water. Shut up. Like, yo, tomorrow you can fly. Like, nah, I don't want to fly. Yo, listen, man. I'm tired of y'all trying to make the systems do one thing.
What about the argument that people say that I don't want to play old games and it because
they don't play it?
Because Microsoft, they feel that maybe they don't have something to show, or do you feel that people are being too hard on Microsoft because it's an inside Xbox show and that they're not really going to announce that kind of stuff?
Yo, Cognito, you know what I'm sick and tired of. I'm sick and tired of everything that Microsoft do. Somebody want to have something negative to say about it. Everything. I don't care what they can go cure cancer tomorrow, but they killed cancer though, but they didn't kill polio. Like, yo, I'm really sick and tired of you right now, right? Because everything is a problem with you. You don't want them to win for whatever your problem is. And I'm gonna tell you right now, 40 million, 50 million is not a loss. Taking the power narrative from your behind is not a loss. Fixing the vision is not a loss. Giving you new IPs when they said there's no new IPs. I don't care what you say. Sea of Thieves is a game and it's good and it's fun and it's there. PUBG is a game that's in development and it's fun and it's there and it's sold 5 million. 5 million. All right. So listen to this, man. I'm sick and tired of anything Microsoft does is a problem, but if any other company does the same exact thing, it's a go.
I got a question for you.
Why is it a go for them?
Now I'm so glad you said this because that's going to tie into the poll question for the show, which is the argument to that is people say, well, what? I can't be critical? Are you saying
you can be as critical as you want?
Demand more from your system?
All right. I'm gonna give you this. Well, my grandmama used to tell me, God rest her soul. Everybody has a butthole. Nobody needs to hear it. So stop farting your opinions on everybody's self. Nobody needs to hear your thoughts. If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. What is understood doesn't need to be said. God of War is a great game. God bless. Good luck. Is it any sweat off Microsoft back? Oh, did you kill Microsoft for God of War? No, you didn't. Game's still playing. I'm gonna be playing my Xbox the next day. All right, I'm gonna be playing my God of War the next day. Why can't you just enjoy games and just overlook whatever problems that other people have? Because y'all can't get online. But do you hear Microsoft screaming that every day that your system is down and your money is being compromised because you don't know if a dude in Dubai has your credit card right now purchasing camels?
No. Listen, at the end of the day, I hear where you're going, King. I just want to play devil's advocate and give those people a voice, which is, they feel that, hey, you guys are damage controlling, that, you guys need to demand more from Xbox because of the success of PlayStation, because of what's going on with God of War, because, we see these announcements from Microsoft that I don't want to say is all focused on backward compatibility, but, there's been lately, right? So people are saying like, well, you need to consistently demand more. And I'm just going to go into the poll question because literally I'm dying to say.
I just want to ask you one question. I want to ask you one question.
Go for it.
If somebody asks you a question and you answer it honestly, right? They asked you the question. How is that damage controlling when you're answering a question that has been asked to you?
Facts. I hear what you're saying. Let's
just because you don't agree with their opinion, then it turns into damage control. That is, they want you to be a sheep and be hive mind and follow their opinion.
Here's a question.
That's all.
If your favorite console or company routinely disappoints you by the decisions or the lack of moves that it makes, is it okay, and this is the key word, to consistently demand more from said console and company? The answers are A, yes, keep demanding better. Never settle for the status quo. B, no, you are beating a dead horse. If you're that mad, get rid of it. C, own both your favorite and competition. Problem solved. Or D, I don't have that problem. My console never disappoints me. That's gonna be the poll. This is gonna be one I'm so glad Calibur chat because he definitely helped me inspire with this question. And this is one that's really hot right now in this gaming streets, as far as what everybody's feeling and stuff like that pertaining to Microsoft and other things. So we're gonna hit the poll hard with that.
I tell you, man, like inside Xbox, they gotta remember, man, like you guys are a month and a half away, 2 months away from E3.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna drop hot fire on Xbox. Why? They're not gonna do it.
Dylan with hot fire.
Yeah, that's not what you're gonna get there. You're gonna
feel the expectations are too high for inside Xbox? Like people expecting right E3 style announcements. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, because you're getting E3, then you're gonna get Gamescom. You're gonna get all these other places they have stuff to announce.
That goes into holding Microsoft at a higher standard than you do anybody else, because when Nintendo drops their little directs, nobody's out there like, yo, Nintendo didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about Nintendo is that Nintendo, you already know that that's just going to be the way they do it. So whether they do it now or they do it at E3, you're going to get a direct at E3. Then you're going to get Treehouse Live where they're going to play that stuff live. You're not really going to get big announcements live.
Then again, you're holding somebody else to a different standard.
I mean,
what is the PlayStation show that comes out every month?
There's none.
There's none.
No,
good point.
And a lot of times they announce stuff just in their Twitter feed. Like they'll announce something like this is coming, that's coming. Like it's never a big deal, except for like PSX
they got Tommy
and
in the
like
Twitter.
But it's just it doesn't make any sense, man. Like you can't expect.
At the end of the day, we are happy that Inside Xbox exists.
Yep.
Let's just call it for what it is. This is something they needed to do. Now, again, for the damage control comments, all that stuff, I get it. If you're not happy with what's being said or what's going on in the direction, then this is how I feel. It's okay to sit there and demand more from your platform or your console. All I'm saying is there comes a point where if somebody keeps disappointing you, right? If you have a company or a product and I'm just tired of the direction, it's okay to go to another direction. It's okay to say, you know what I mean? Look, they're not doing it for me right now. You know what I'm saying?
Sell them.
I'm over here. It's okay. I don't feel and I got to defend Cal because I see you in the chat, Cal. You definitely spotted this question. You got some reach over some stuff. I don't feel that's necessarily a bad thing. Like to say, look, if they're not doing it for you, then hey, maybe you need to make a decision and get rid of it. Doesn't mean that you can't speak up or you're not for changing and getting the company to change to your directive. But it's the same thing with us as me and Destiny right now, right? I'm going crazy. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? But I have a choice. Do I stay here and hope it gets improved? Or I say, hey, you know what? Division 2's coming. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Such and such game. We all have that choice. And I don't think either one is wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. Just I see this a lot going on right now where people who love Xbox still are being attacked for damage controlling and making excuses. And then I'm seeing the opposite side with people who say that Xbox is not doing enough. Then it's like, okay, then if you're so dissatisfied, right? And they're not listening, let's just say they're consistently not listening to what you as a gamer want. It's okay to go to the other side, man. Just have everything and wait to the other side get their act together. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's it. That's just where I'm at.
It's hard to be disappointed when you have everything because you always have something to go to. You always have a side piece to go to.
Like listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember when Destiny used to act up Addict? We'd be like, all right, you messing up right now. We over here. When you get it back together, we be back. Anyway, hit the poll, y'all. This is a crazy show. We're gonna wrap this thing up, man. We got Lord Addict in the sleep chamber. We gotta wake him up.
I'm still here. what am I gonna?
Let me go in after his sleep chamber for a minute.
I noticed you avoided that one.
What am I going to benefit in this conversation?
As far as if something keeps disappointing you, what do you do?
He's not being disappointed. That's the whole thing. He has the best of both worlds. Right. He's been on that PlayStation. He's playing his Xbox and his Switch.
But I'm curious for Alex, before we wrap up. I'm curious for Alex, what do you feel about what's going on as far as people being upset and saying that that people need to demand more from Xbox or or else or just damage controlling?
I feel like people take this console stuff a little bit too far on both sides. I feel like people want to they're so obsessed with justifying the brand that they chose, and then you got people on the other end that are so obsessed with calling frauds out for not saying stuff. And I'm just like, I just don't understand, like, you know, like, who cares how someone feels about it? Like, who are you to judge another person how they feel about a console?
Thank you.
And it just seems like, you know, you got a lot of people that don't even play these consoles, like, come at people, and I'm like, you don't play consoles, like, but
you play PC, so why would you have an opinion?
But, you know, it is a lot of the times when you see console people being attacked, it is PC. But it's just like, at the end of the day, it's like, why does it bother you? Like,
well, you know what? I think I know what it is, and I'm gonna call it for what I call it. It bothers them because majority of them love Xbox. They love it so much. So it's like when you see something that it's like, remember like Roy Jones, my man, right? You know what I'm saying? But if he keep getting knocked out, if I keep seeing his foot under the rope and his legs crossed every time, I got a decision to make. Like, oh, Roy ain't got it no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you gotta say to yourself, if you're gonna support him, move on.
Yeah,
my thing is, you know, obviously these people have moved on, right? My thing is, if you're happy with the chick you with, stop worrying about the chick you left. Stay your behind over there and enjoy that chick. Now, don't look over at them saying they still having fun. Well, then you should have stayed. Don't look through the window. Be happy with the person you chose, the system you chose, the thing that you decided to get, that you wanted to make your thing that you put out there. I'm PlayStation now. Then stay PlayStation now. I'm Switch now. Then stay Switch now. Don't look over at somebody else saying, man, they're having fun. I hate them.
Right. And shout out to Ed Torres in the chat. Yeah, like, to be fair, mad Xbox dudes did buy a PS4. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can buy the PS4. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? And go over there and do your thing. And
I mean, last time I checked, you didn't have to sign a disclosure that you could only buy one console.
Right, but a lot of these guys are locked in. Addict. That's the thing. A lot of these guys
got that one HDMI. That's how
you guys stop.
They got one HDMI. Do it down. One HDMI.
Now, I don't even think, you know, I think the money issue as a whole does issues. But I think there's some people that legitimately have every console and they still do this dumb shit.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just like I said, people just need to let people enjoy what they want to enjoy.
You got people defending the Switch. No, I'm joking.
Stop. And on that note, we gonna wrap this thing up. Yo, the chat was absolutely lit, man. Please rock that poll. I'm very curious, man. ILP 58 poll. I'm very curious. Please rock that joint. Let's get these outros popping. Lord Addict, no longer Lord Sleep, back in attention. Where can the find you?
Well, after this, you could probably find me on Bloodborne because I still got one boss left to kill.
No doubt, baby. Difficult game conqueror.
Dude, I kid you not. Like, when you take his health halfway, he loses his legs and he just drags himself across the screen, and he leaves like a trail of blood that's on fire. And every time he hits his hand on the ground, a giant burst of fire comes in. And I'm like, yeah. The moment I fought him one time and got to that stage, I was like, ILP's in an hour. I can't do it.
I gotta figure this out. Let me let it rest for a little bit.
No doubt. So you got that streams going on. I see you guys gonna be doing any other soul types games as well? You and Kid?
Me and Kid are going to be playing Ashen. We're going to be getting review copies on that.
No doubt. I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be dope, man. Love that shit.
And plus, and I got a shout out to Cal for coming into my stream earlier. He saw me literally beat the last boss in the expansion. Nice. Thank God he joined the one stream that I beat him. He joined the one attempt that I beat him.
Nice. Shout out to Cal in chat. Shout out to Ran. Everybody in chat. Brad, man. Chat was absolutely lit. Lord Solve. Where can people find it's good to be back with you, back in the realm?
Oh man, glad to have the brethren back. Yeah, man, just look out for next week. Obviously, we're all gonna have our impressions of God of War next week. I will be playing from hopefully Tuesday. So
nice. Got that
I'm a
connect.
stream mine.
No.
And you will be banned on Tuesday if you stream.
Stream mine. Stream it.
You will be banned. Do not stream that.
I'm streaming it crazy. I'm gonna be out there crazy streaming.
I may just unplug my Ethernet cord just to be
Just in
sure.
case. No
But
doubt.
yeah, man, like just look out, BX Sovereign, Lord, BX Sovereign, PSN, Xbox Live, Lord Sob, ILP. Yeah, King's laughing because you're not gonna see me on there.
He ain't gonna be online. So all that stuff that he talk about is a lie.
No,
lying.
We're like on the second stage.
Yo,
we're on the second
He
stage of a way out. We
bold-faced lying to you. Right?
Shout out, Cal. Thanks for coming through. Lord King, the Get Money Gamer out here with the camera looking all flat.
Hey, yo, listen, yo, get these ILP shirts. You see them? You see them?
Mhm.
Ah, get that shirt.
I don't see nothing but
get well, stop looking at
You
the
think
chain
we're
and look
done
at
with
the
the
damn shirt.
the chain is literally half the size of the emblem.
Thanks, Tommy.
Yo, you so stupid. Shut up. Anyway. Yo, listen, man. You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm getting with Lord Kid Smooth. He gonna show me how to stream on all three at one time. Bam. So that's gonna go up. I'm gonna be streaming that Kratos. Y'all gonna see that. I'm gonna really be doing that God of War. That's gonna go down day one. I'm gonna put that up there so y'all can see me play that. My PlayStation camera is up, so y'all gonna see me play that game. Also the shirts, the store. I've been sick. I'm sick right now.
Yeah, he's
all right.
sick, yeah.
So I've been working hard. I'm gonna finish up this week, so that merch will be there. Those shirts is the new shirts. Requeno's hit me up. Right.
We already hit you. Yeah.
Yo, cause he knows it's gonna be 7 colorways. I'm gonna give you the pre-order for those. Those are the E3 shirts. Okay, those are the pre-order for that. These shirts right now are $25. Shipping is included. We have limited supply. Get the rest of them now because once they are printed, these are pack shirts. You see that patch? After that, that's it. There's no more of those.
There's no more limited edition, y'all.
Next ones will be E3 shirts, and those are limited editions as well. It's gonna come in mad colorways. Get at me. And listen, this gives video quality to all of the Lords.
Facts.
All right, not just saying that, because we have to do a little bit more for Lord Cognito. Lord Cognito need extra stuff for his joint to go for the video quality. Lord Sovereign, get him a camera and all that. Get him up in there. You know what I'm saying? And Lord Addict, the same thing. We want to bring you more greater things to the podcast and start taking it up to the next level for you guys, so y'all can have the enjoyment, because I enjoy playing games with y'all, because I play games with most of y'all, damn near all of y'all, to be honest with you. So thank you for the support. We really appreciate everything. And as you can see, that money turned around and went right back into investing into you guys.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to everybody supporting the ILP and the shirts, man. We're seeing the love. Shout out to Dizzy. Everybody who put a shirt up and tweeted it. Like, it felt good just to see the support and the love from everybody. And like I said, we're going to get the PAX thing. You know what I'm saying? We got that. That was the first taste of it. E3, we're going to level up crazy. We got some cool things planned for that. You know what I'm saying? You definitely, and like King was saying, like, everything definitely gets reinvested back into the ILP. We should have a fun show next Sunday. Maybe a special guest. Stay tuned. We're trying to work on some things. But yeah, we definitely got to talk about the God of War. That's going to be fun. So again, please subscribe, hit that like, all that good stuff. Audio and all the timestamps will be up later tonight. Also, Flashpoint 11 with Ebontis went up, talked about the Go Fast, all the new updates and all that. Yo, Ed Torres says that Thanos though. he liked that Thanos that King got. But yeah, man. So everybody enjoy their Sunday. I see the close up on Thanos. We give Thanos his shine right now. We give a King his shine.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna show y'all a little something special. All right. We out?
No. We ain't out. We still live, baby. We still live.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, you doing too much with the Infinity Go. Infinity War 2 weeks, y'all. Infinity War, baby.
Yeah, he has all the
Woo!
gems. He has all the gems. All the gems is here. All the gems is here.
Yo, everybody enjoy your Sunday. We will catch you on the next
Look
one.
at D. He let that man keep those gems in his arm.
All right, y'all. We out. Peace.